Everybody gets notified.
There we go. We're live. Morning, everybody.
Morning,
Whoever's in
morning.
here. Looks like
T-Bird.
we had T-Bird Stacking was in here bright and early talking about platinum.
Oh,
B
yeah.
Taylor, keys get it, folks. At work, can't hear, but I'm reading, I guess. Hey, all right. Maybe we'll type some stuff out for you. Scrap Metal Racing was here earlier. Dub C was here last night along with Ozark Buck and hey, shut that shit up. Dave Richardson was also here. So bright and early. Looks like we only got two people so far, but we're a little late, and we're late but early. However you look at that.
Right. Yeah, it's very early on the West Coast. It's much more reasonable on the East Coast. But I was up till 5 o'clock in the morning, over past 5 o'clock. Well, I don't have to tell you, you haven't been to sleep yet.
No, I haven't. I tried to lay down for a little bit, and I was just like, I can't. I couldn't fall asleep, so I threw the dogs in the car, and we went to check the PO box because I knew I had a package in there. So
Yeah. Well, you're on a totally different sleep schedule than me. I mean, I'm on a normal man sleep schedule. I'm awake like a human during the day and I sleep at night. And you're more like a vampire. You sleep during the day and you're awake at night.
and I don't even sleep. It's like naps, and I mean, like it's 3 hours here, 3 hours there. It sort of sucks right now.
Yeah. So,
'Cause I mean, it's just the wife's schedule. Like I get off at 4 in the morning, and she gets off at noon. Like
yeah,
by the time I get home and I fall asleep or whatever,
Scotty
it's freaking
Aquati. Hey,
six
what's up?
o'clock. So then I'm back up at like 12 if the dogs don't wake me up at 8 o'clock in the morning and shit. So,
Yeah.
but it is what it is.
So, Squatty Aquati just joined us and he said, hi, blue collar. So, how you doing, Scotty? We got 3D Woodworks just jumped in. What's up, 3D? How's the weather out there in Washington? It's probably raining, right? B Taylor is listening, but he is actually participating in the chat. B Taylor has to work today, so for the next 3 Saturdays, I think he said. Last night
Yeah.
he told me that in my whatnot stream last night. So, but awesome to see you here, B Taylor. We love you, man. Phoenix Coins just jumped in. What's up, Phoenix? What's up, dude? Phoenix Coins has a live stream tonight on Whatnot at 9 p.m. Central Time, 9 p.m. on Whatnot. Phoenix Coins. He's actually on there as 007 Coins. Sorry, buddy. 007 Coins, and you'll have a great time in his stream. He has a lot of interesting stuff, and it's a great time had by all. So, Transient just rolled in, and he's in Memphis, Tennessee. Good
Is
morning,
that pun
Transient.
intended?
He said it's raining in Memphis. Wait, what'd you say? I'm
Was
sorry.
that pun intended that he rolled in?
He rolled into the stream. Hey, no pun intended. Actually, I'm just a
Transient rolled in.
I'm just a funny guy. I'm not even. It's not even on purpose. What can I tell you? I'm funny. Funny how? How you? What do you mean funny? You
You
funny?
here to
What?
amuse
Like I'm a
me?
clown? Like amuse you? That's
Morning,
good.
Mike. Good to see you. T-Bird, good to see you. I haven't caught your late live streams lately, T-Bird. Sorry, I don't know what the hell I've been doing at work other than catching your live streams.
Yeah, I was actually in T-Bird stream the other night. It was pretty cool. He had a lot of cool people in there. Said hello to the bird, and bird's the word, right? T-Bird has some
Oh,
great live
man.
streams, usually after midnight.
He,
He's
he
always
gets a
doing.
good little crowd in there.
He's got a big crowd, man. But
Yeah, I shouldn't say little.
speaking of a big crowd, did you catch Four Nines and Booty Girls live stream the other day?
Yeah, they had it. They had a big crowd in there.
They did, man. They had like up to I think 41 was the top or 42, something like that. They had a nice little crowd, man. Congrats to them for their first show. They had a really, really good stream. I was in there probably about 20, 30 minutes, and then I had a bell, but it was a good stream.
I sent them a text message this morning telling them that looked like they had a good stream. So
Yeah,
yeah, that was cool. 3D Woodworks is on his way to a motorcycle safety class. Good luck. Stay safe. I did that quite a few years back before I got my motorcycle license because I
yeah.
thought I was ready for a motorcycle, but being in the age of 30s, I still was not ready for a motorcycle.
Well,
Going
that's a
100
good.
and 150, 160 in between off ramps is a little asinine.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. You know, a lot of people drive, a lot of people ride their whole life without ever getting a motorcycle license.
That's true. Yeah.
I know my cousin rode for 25 years and he never had a license. But then again, he never pulled over either. So if there were lights behind him, he was rolling into it, you know, he was gone.
That's crazy. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's not hard to get your license, but I wanted to take a safety class before I got it. You know, I mean, I rode dirt bikes and four wheelers and stuff before I started riding street bikes, but it's
Yep.
still good just to figure it all out and everything.
Yep. Oh yeah.
But
Pure,
bikes
pure
are fun.
metals. I'm sorry.
Bikes are fun, but it's I wasn't as responsible as I thought I would be, so I got rid of my bike.
Yeah. You know, one of my good friends, he had a Hayabusa
Oof.
and it was worked and it had an extended swing on the whole deal. It was like a badass machine. And he basically had to get rid of it because he was like, dude, I'm going to be a stain on this freaking road one of these days. And
Yeah.
I got kids and just got to get rid of it. And he sold it.
Well, I had a GSXR six, a Suzuki Crotch Rocket 600, and
Yeah.
everybody's like, "You might as well get a 720, a 750, or 1,000." And I'm like, "Dude, I'm 100." At that time, I was like 130 pounds, 140 pounds. I'm like, "You guys are nuts." I'm
Yeah.
like, "This thing can do 0 to 60 before I hit underneath the street light in front of me." I'm like, "No." So
Yeah.
I ended up getting rid of it. It was a blast, but it was crazy. Like you said, I figured I'd either end up um, eating through a straw or in the dirt. So I got
Yeah.
rid of it.
You'd almost rather be a stain on the concrete than eating through a straw for the rest of your life.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, we got Nash in here. Rob's numismatic archaeology, taking care of the little one, I hope.
Yep.
Humble Stacker.
Hey, Humble.
Nash, thank you for replying to me on Discord. I know I shouldn't be bugging you. I should reach out to the support instead, but I greatly appreciate it. And I figured it out. And I figured out that it's not, well, actually, Blue Collar and Average Jane figured it out that it's sort of risky doing free shipping with Pure Metals right now.
Well, I think you got to set it up like you got it now with like a custom box or whatever. So it goes ground, you know? And if you do it that way, it's not that bad. But again, like we always say, dude, trial and error. We'll figure it out, right? Good morning, Gold Aztec. How you doing?
Even
Gold
with
Aztec is always
even if
commenting on my videos. I appreciate you, brother.
even if you set it up the way I have it now, they can still choose the like faster shipping.
Yes. Oh, really?
So
And
yeah,
and it doesn't lock that out. You can't lock those out.
no, he said. I believe Nash said at this time no.
All right. Well, Nash, put that on your list, buddy. I know I already sent you that yesterday, I think. But hey, and speaking of pure metals, last night after midnight, while normal people should be sleeping and I was still awake, I got a pure metals sale at like 1 o'clock in the morning, $129 sale last night.
You've been doing well with Pure Metals. You've been
Yeah.
flipping some stuff on there, which is cool.
Yep. Hell yeah. Yeah. But I love it. I love the platform and it's not like super overcrowded. And I have a feeling that whoever gets on there now, so if you're on the fence and you're thinking about, you know, selling some stuff or flipping some stuff, get on Pure Metals now because you'll be an OG. It's like imagine eBay started yesterday and you could be one of the first sellers on eBay. Think
Well, that's
five,
like
think 5 years from now, not now, but 10 years from now. What's that from?
I don't know. You know all the movies. I don't know all that shit.
The Godfather,
Oh, there you go. I should know that one. I've only seen it 500 times.
right?
T-Bird's getting back to work. Keep those trains in line, brother. Don't let
Mhm.
that shit get derailed.
Hey,
Yeah,
T, thanks for
Nash,
coming in and modding it up and dropping links and such. Thank you.
Nash, it would be helpful if like it would because I want to do free shipping, but I don't want to get stabbed in the throat with it neither. Like if somebody chooses the faster free shipping, then that's like $20 or whatever, and it eats into any profit I have.
Dude, it was $41 for the express last night. My wife was like,
You could have got jacked. Oh, that would
no,
have hurt.
my wife was like, I'm gonna do it. I was like, don't do it. Don't hit him with 41. She's like, he needs to learn his lesson. No,
I wouldn't send her shit.
that's what I told her. No, she's like, I won't go through with it. I'll just cancel it. And I was like, yeah, but how do you know that doesn't leave a bad mark on you or him? You know,
Yeah.
she was only kidding anyway. She would never do that, but she was breaking my balls. But she had a good laugh out of it.
Yeah, I appreciate both of you guys pointing it out to me because I didn't even notice. And then I figured out that you gotta if you set it up as like a custom size, then it does the ground shipping instead of the priority shipping. Because otherwise, if you do the priority shipping, it's like $8 no matter what. So
Yeah.
and I don't want. I think that holds people back too. Is they don't want to buy a or yeah, even a kookaburra or something and have to pay $8 shipping. But if you
Yeah.
can get it, if you can do the ground shipping and it's only like $3, $4, then it's okay. It's easier.
Oh, you see what Nash just said? He said if someone was to order Priority Express free shipping, we just modify it to something cheaper for you. So in other
Oh,
words,
okay.
you'd go back in, you'd change it. I got you. I got you. But then, you'd probably have a pissed off customer at that point versus a pissed off seller. But I'm not sure which is better. Uh, Maybe it's just like, I'm sure you guys got it, but just maybe, choose one method of shipping and lock everything else out when they offer free shipping. But
Yeah.
Nash, I'm not telling you how to do your job, bro. You know how to do. You know what you're doing. It's obvious. You know what you're doing. So
Yeah, like if the seller chooses free shipping, then it should lock out the priority and all that stuff.
yeah, you should be
And then
able to
it's just
choose.
ground
Like
or whatever's cheapest.
I have a coin up there that I actually checked off free shipping, and I was like, I don't care if it is Priority Express, whatever, because it's an expensive coin. It's a $4,000 coin. So um, it is what it is on that, right? I would rather have some. I would actually enjoy if somebody checked off express shipping because no, think about it. Because then they
You get your
really
money quicker.
they'll no, yeah, that too. But they'll be super happy, right? They'll be like, oh, I get to send this thing next day air. Holy shit, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
makes for a
Uh,
happy customer.
Nash also says that the mobile app is getting close. I think he said, if I remember correctly, they're going to do the seller mobile app first, and then the buyer mobile app will be coming later. If I
Yeah.
remember correctly, Nash. I hope that's right.
Yep, yep. Booty Girl just rolled in. Booty Girl, you missed it. I was buffing you and Four Nines up. I was saying how great your stream was and how many people you had in there. You guys did a great job. Awesome.
Yeah, you guys killed it. You guys made our streams look like
Like
peons.
amateur hour. Yeah. Well, we are amateur hour, but that's okay. I
It's all
think
right. We
people
have
can
fun.
relate to amateurs too, you know?
Okay,
It's
so
like,
Nash says it's going to be both buyer and seller in a single app. They changed it around. Nice. That'll
oh,
be
very good.
I can't wait. That'll be awesome to see.
Yeah. Yeah. A mobile app would definitely be advantageous because right now it's a little bit difficult to navigate on the iPhone. I prefer
Mhm.
it much so on the laptop, but I'm not complaining, man. Pure Metals has been good to me so far. I've been getting sales, and it's pretty damn cool. I love it.
Yeah. I think once the word gets out more and everything, it's like you said, it's gonna take off. And like
It
you were
will.
saying too, like if you're looking to flip or looking to sell or anything, right now is the time to get on there. And what
Yeah.
I was doing was I was looking on there and seeing what's not on there. Like there's not that much gold on there. So I'm like, okay, so I put an order in for some gold and I'm gonna put some gold on there. You gotta look at it, and maybe I shouldn't tell my what I'm planning, but
Uh, it doesn't matter because it's going to be so overloaded, and in 6 months you'll just be one of the one of the people in the background probably, like eBay. You put something on eBay, it's like you're one of 10 million people on there. But
that's
hopefully, Nash, and I'm speaking directly to you now, Nash. Hopefully, Nash will take into consideration who are the OGs that started, putting stuff on the platform early, and maybe those people will get priority listings. Hmm.
I think that's a another good reason to get in now too, is because then you can build up the social aspect of it. You can build up a clientele per se,
Yep.
and you can build up your what do they call it? The seller, the point system.
Metal points. Yeah, and I
Yeah.
noticed that last night. Like I made 2 comments on some of the social posts, and I got 10 metal points last night. And I was like, oh, that was easy. Nash just giving us the salute.
I need to look at that more. I tend to forget about the social part, and I need to get in there on that social part more because um like you said, it builds metal points and it just gets involved. That's
Yeah.
a good part of it that the other platforms don't have too.
Yep. I like that you can go in and you can just make like in the listing itself, there's like a public forum area in the listing itself, unless it's not public and only I could see it. I just assumed it was public. Maybe Nash can answer that question. But my silver journey came in, looked at one of my items, and commented, "Beautiful piece." So I don't know
I
if
think
that's visible to everybody or if I can.
everybody can see that, I believe. I think I saw that. I think everybody
Right.
can see that.
That is really cool. That's really cool that you can basically go into a listing and have like a little discussion of that listing, a public discussion. That's great.
And that's one thing that he wanted to, that was one of the reasons why he wanted to build that aspect part of it too, I believe, is because then it's different. It's not just eBay where you just go look at it, oh, cool, and move on.
Yeah.
Dub C, you're never too late.
Uh,
Cartier Silver, good morning. Thanks for stopping in.
I know I'm too late. I'm too late, Dub. I didn't enter a question on your giveaway,
I
but
forgot to too.
I know I just thought about it last night, and I was like, "Damn, I bet you I'm too late." Is it too late or no?
It is too late. They did the giveaway yesterday. And I
Man,
did have a good question too, but that's okay.
who won the giveaways on Dub City Dub? Why don't you post them up here? Who won the 6 beautiful hobo nickel looking pieces? What was the mint?
Um, Shit, I can't remember. You're asking me. Think I got a
Maybe
memory?
right. Maybe Dub can post it up for us and see who won. That would be great. I know I should have just watched the video, but
You were doing a whatnot stream when he
yeah.
was doing it.
Oh,
I was
really?
watching it. I was listening to it when I was getting ready for work, but I forgot the question too. He says you got to watch the video to find out who won. Landis Studios. That's who does it.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Honestly,
It's
man, they got
awesome
a lot of
stuff too.
I'm sorry.
They have awesome stuff.
They do. That's what I was going to say too. They got a lot of cool stuff, and for what it is, I think it's reasonably priced.
Absolutely. I mean, it's um if you think about it, it's similar to Haley Bug, and the pricing's there too.
Yeah. Yeah, I actually got a Haley Bug piece for Father's Day from my wife, and I was quite happy with that.
Nice. Those
Yeah.
things are crazy. What they're like 100 and some bucks.
No, it wasn't like that. It was it's a 1 ounce silver round, and it's like colorized on one side and it has the Haley Bug logo and stuff on the other. But it's a micro mintage. You know how they do like it's eight of 15. It's only 15 pieces that were made in that design, and I got number 8 of 15.
Okay.
Yeah, so
They
like
do
they
cool
call.
stuff. They really do.
I'm sorry.
They do awesome stuff.
They do. Yeah, yeah. And they have a good presence on Whatnot as well. He actually live streams, the owner live
I've
stream.
never seen them. You told me, but I can never find them on there.
He doesn't go on that much, but when he does go on, man, he gets pretty packed out.
Yeah, you bet. I imagine. BTS Tech, welcome in. Got it for about 55 bucks Canadian ounce with a slight premium.
Which one? What did you get? The piece that Dub C gave away? Is that what you're talking about?
Maybe. Silver Sleuth, mahalo. Yaxnav
Hey,
says sticker
I haven't
round.
seen Yoxnav in a while. Am I have I been just missing that? Because usually I would see him in my comments. I haven't seen him in a little bit.
I haven't seen, I'm not familiar with him.
Maybe
Oh,
he had to go in for a bid. Maybe He was on.
BTS says Canadian silver maple he bought.
Oh, okay. I bought a. I better not say this too loud. I bought a vintage maple leaf last night on that dude that we were watching at 4 a.m. Um, I bought a young Lizzie maple leaf I think it was in the '80s. The date, and it was $35 below melt, baby.
Nice. Yeah, I'm like, what are you doing awake? I'm like, what the hell is he sending me this shit at 1 in the
Well,
morning my time? I'm like, what the this dude sleeps less than me.
I had some work. I had to go out and take care of some business between 1 and 2. And while I was out, I was foolish and I had a big ass cup of coffee. So by the time I
Uh,
got home, I started working on something and I was perusing around whatnot, trying to find something interesting. And then I ran into that stream that we found last night. And I couldn't get off that guy, dude. That guy was like, he was like crack. I couldn't get off it.
Here's a little whatnot unpackaging right here. Um, Damn, what was I gonna say? Oh, you know who had a cool maple piece that just did a premiere this morning that I was watching when I could not sleep was Psy the sound guy or
Oh,
Psy the sound man.
Side of the Sound Man. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
He said it was his whatever the piece like his grail, the piece that he wanted the most,
Nice.
and it was maple leaf with a Titanic privy.
Oh, wow. See, I would eat that up, man. I'm a big Titanic. I don't know if you'd say a Titanic buff. Is that a thing? But I am fascinated by the history of the Titanic.
And he
And
said I forgot the mintage, but it's like a real low mintage on them. So I
that's
found,
cool.
hey, this is an interesting way to package your gold backs.
Fluff up your stream there, buddy.
He
Oh, is that mine or is that?
No, this is the one I just picked up the other day.
Yeah, that's how I do them as well. I use priority envelopes and I cut them into shape and then throw the gold backs inside there. Keeps them
Nice little. That was
protected.
that was a givey.
Oh, that's a nice givey. I won some silver certificates last night for a givey.
I won that givey, and then I had to start playing the freaking wheel game. So because I had free shipping, but that's all right. I won a buffalo
Mm-hmm.
on the wheel game.
Yeah, but how
I
much were
won.
the spins though?
I think in all I spent, I forgot what I told you. It might have been like $80, maybe close to. I think it was like $80. I won that buffalo, and then I won two of these 1 ounce silver Scottsdale bars.
Well, hell, you did all right.
A 1/10 ounce buffalo, and I was a first buyer, so he threw in a little Merc dime with it.
Oh, you
So,
did great. Way under
well,
melt.
yeah, that was the 10 spin wheel guy that I freaking nailed. That was
Oh,
cool.
that guy. Okay, okay. Good deal, man.
Yeah.
That's awesome. You cleaned that some bitch out.
I wasn't even gonna bid on a wheel, but then I won that Gibby, and I'm like, well, all right, I guess I gotta buy something from you now. I'm like, I don't want to be
Yeah.
just stealing your shit. Speaking of Gibby and winning shit, I got a question for the chat and you and everybody involved.
Yep.
So I won this free in that Gibby. We all know we've talked about it.
That's the 1/10 ounce gold.
1/10 ounce gold.
Yeah.
I'm thinking about selling it. Am I nuts?
Not at all. Why? What's the difference? Are you emotionally attached to it?
Oh, no.
Then it's for sale. Anything that you don't have an emotional attachment to is for sale, brother. That's the way I look at it. Somebody like people want to buy my blue collar stack around
Oh,
that I
that's a no
and
brainer.
I'm like, dude, you can't put a price in the chat high enough for me to sell that. And then I started thinking about it. I was like, what if somebody offered me like $2,500? Would I sell it? And the answer is hell yes, I would sell it. And so everybody has a price. That's the point. Sell
Everything
it,
has a
buddy.
price.
Phoenix coins, sell it, buddy. No, but I'm saying everybody's got a price. Everything and everybody has a price, no matter what you think, no matter how strong you think your integrity is, you've got a price. Trust me.
I'm not even denying that. I'll sell a lot of things for freaking. I mean, I'm not selling my soul or nothing, and I'm not like a money hungry person. But
Yeah.
yeah, absolutely, everything has a price for the
Yeah.
most part.
So, you remember what we talked about? Throwing a link out there. You want to do it?
Yeah, we can do that.
Put
Um,
it right in the comments, right in the chat. And you could talk about it. It's your stream.
it was your idea.
All right, whatever. I'll throw it out there. So we talked about this and we were like, you know what? We're gonna throw a link out into the chat, and anybody that's in there can hit it. We'll bring you up on stage if you want to tell a story, you want to tell a joke, you want to tell us how your week has been, you want to just chit chat for 10 or 15 minutes. Anybody who wants to come on up, come on up. So of course, we're going to do one at a time, but if more than one person hit it at a time, we'll just, go in order. How does that sound? You guys want to jump in on it with us? Let
It's
us
one of
know.
those things like you don't have to have your camera set up or anything. As you see, Blue Collar just has his logo set up. When you click the link, it takes you to StreamYard, and you can just set it up as your logo or whatever you want. And then hell, you could be laying in bed and talk to us if you want to. I don't know, whatever you're doing.
Yeah. You can just toggle the camera right off. And you don't even have to put a logo up. You could put a name everybody's probably used StreamYard anyway, but you could just
Humble
put a
Stacker
name there.
says Humble Stacker says he would, but he's at work. Cartier says he just woke up, so he'll pass. Like, hey, you could be laying in bed. We can't see what you're doing. Just
Yeah.
no weird noises.
You know who I was expecting to come up here is Phoenix Coins, man. That guy, he's always willing to talk and chew the fat. Or
Come on
Dub
in,
C, maybe.
Phoenix.
Or even Silver Sleuth, yeah. Or Pure Metals, anybody. Pure Metals was just on Monday night, but hey,
And that's
anybody who wants to get up here and tell us a story, man. Just tell us a bedtime story. We both got to go back to sleep after this.
the humble stacker says he just picked up 42 ounces of silver. You want to come up and talk about your? That's a
That's a
good
big
haul.
pickup. Why don't you come up here and tell us the
That
story?
is a big haul. What the hell?
Unless you're saving it for a
Hope you
video.
hope you got a good deal on that.
Yeah, I'm sure he did.
I must have.
Nobody's gonna see this anyway, so you don't have to worry about spoiling your video.
The 10 of us that are in here, don't worry.
Yeah, there's only 10 of us in here, so no worries there. But
We're no 4 nines or anything. We're no Dub C.
Dub C, he turns on his camera and he gets like 50 people. Boom.
And
But he's got 6,000 subscribers, so
I thought I had a good question too, and then I just totally spaced out on posting it in there. But that's okay. That
yeah,
gave somebody else um gave somebody else a chance. Do I Nash says, do you guys have a Sigma? Not yet, but I've been talking to Blue Collar about that,
yeah.
and you might I might throw some money at one here eventually. Humble Stacker, good morning.
What's
Hey,
up, guys?
what's up, Humble? How you doing, buddy?
I'm okay. I'm at work, so I'll probably be short because when my boss walks in, I'm gonna have to hop off.
No worries,
No
jump.
worries. That's where you don't have to stay on here all day. We're just throwing it out there to see if anybody wanted to.
We'll shut up and let you tell your story now.
So yeah, I got a screaming deal on 42 ounces of silver at my LCS. I had set it up last week for this week, and when I went in, I was expecting 4 10-ounce bars and a couple of rounds. It's essentially what I set up. When I walked in the door, he had this commemorative 5 ounce 4 pack 5 ounce rounds of rock Norman Rockwell commemorative rounds from 1990 set aside for me, which are a collector's edition.
Wow.
Only 2,500 of them minted. So he had that set aside for me, 10 single bars and 2 rounds, and he threw in an ASC at the end. I paid 10 cents an ounce over spot for all of it.
Awesome.
Wow, nice score.
Yeah, good pickup. Good pickup.
Right?
You
Right?
you
And
you,
I got another 30 coming up in 2 weeks at the same place.
Nice.
you
Yeah,
said it's a good thing to have a good rapport with your LCS. That's for sure.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, and this is the newest one. So this is the guy. I mean, I've been working with him for a couple of months now, but when I walk in the door, he knows my name. He had my stuff set aside for me. He had me walk up past a line of a whole bunch of people that were sitting there asking questions because he knew what I wanted and he knew I was on lunch break. So prioritized, in and out, walked out with a big ass box of 42 ounces of silver plus an ASE. I could not complain.
No, that's great.
Awesome. Congrats.
Hey, if you got to get that phone call.
Yeah, I do, guys. I got to go.
All right, take care, man.
Thanks for
Thanks
coming
for
up,
coming
brother.
up. Appreciate you
No
telling the
problem.
story. Thank you.
All right, guys. Bye.
Be good, brother. You see how that works, guys? Now, if you got a story you want to tell, just jump right in. Hit that link, jump right on in. I don't even care if you want to just tell us what you had for dinner last night.
I like that. That's cool. That's like reminds me like the old when you're listening to the radio and they have somebody on and shit.
Right. Yeah. Like they take calls. Let's take calls from the audience. Yeah.
Yeah.
Howard Stern used to do that. He would take all these maniac people that would call in.
That dude's a maniac.
Yeah. I haven't listened to Stern in years, man. He went off the deep end a little bit for me, but I mean, I used to listen to him. I could tell you right now, I started listening to him back in '84 when he was on NBC in New York.
We used to do Mancow Muller, which was Chicago's version
Yeah.
of Howard Stern.
Yeah, I
Wait,
remember Mancow because Howard used to make fun of him actually.
we
That's my
skipped
only
school.
exposure to him.
We
Mhm.
skipped school to go to the one of the malls to get his autograph, and like we get up there, we waited in like this long ass line to get his autograph, and like we can see him, and we're about ready to get up there, and they like closed it. They're like, we're done.
Yeah, yeah,
I'm like, what the hell? So we're like, we went back to my buddy's car, and we're like in front of the Mancow Muller bus, and we're like throwing shit at the bus like idiots.
yeah, yeah.
Good old days.
The good old day. Well, you were young, we'll give you a pass. Silver
Young and
Sleuth.
dumb.
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Young and dumb.
Yeah, and full of spunk.
Oh,
Silver Sleuth says never paid much attention to Stern. That's kind of where I'm at right now. I haven't really listened to him in about 10 years, honestly, because I just got sick of his politics. But whatever, it is what it is. He was, how do you turn around and now you're like super woke? And meanwhile, you used to have strippers on, and used to have like people throwing slices of ham at a stripper's ass. I mean,
yeah.
how do you go from that to now I'm Mr. Woke? And come on, give me a break.
Yeah. So speaking of metal deals, we'll get back to metals.
Yeah, let's do that.
You got Grandpa's Horde. That was a good little pickup.
Yeah, that wasn't bad. I mean, listen, I have a connection to those people. Not like super friendly, but like there's a mutual respect and a relationship there, a business relationship, let's just say. And so I wasn't looking to walk out of there with all the goods and screw them. Let's put it that way. I
Right.
wasn't about that. I wasn't like going to try and get anything super cheap. And I think you really shouldn't do that either way. But I know there's a lot of people that would have got out of there for like $250, but it cost me $320, and I thought that was fair for both sides, and it was.
I mean, that's the right way to do it. You don't want to screw anybody over. And like you get a deal, they get a deal, it all works out in the end. They get what
Yeah.
they're looking for and you get a deal. So
Well, they always say if both sides walk away a little disappointed, then it was a good deal. It was a
there you
fair.
go.
But both sides walked away happy. He was happy to get what he got. He was selling, and this dude that was selling it, he was like 80 years old, but it was his father's stuff. So his father had put those Morgans in that little manila envelope probably in the 60s.
Mm-hmm.
And like he had those Ike sets, those Ike 40%ers. He got them new from the mint in the 71 and 73, put them in a cardboard box, and it was sat in the bottom of a closet for 55 years.
Yeah. That's
So
like
that
I mean, my dad's pushing, he's mid 70s and they got some stuff, and it was from. We originally thought it was my grandfather, but it turned out to be my grandmother. Because the last time I was there, we were going through it, and I'm like, wait, these coins are after Grandpa died. I'm like, that wasn't Grandpa, that was Grandma putting this shit in there. I'm like,
Yeah.
you guys, Grandma fooled you this whole time.
Right. I love when you hear those stories about how, people go through their parents' stuff after they pass, and they find stuff that they weren't expecting, like, hordes of whatever, coins or gold or silver that they don't talk about. A lot of older people that came up during the Depression, like my grandparents, they got married in 29. So their first 10 years of marriage were the Great Depression. And that changes you for life. You cannot be, you can't be frivolous after that. Let's put it that way. So my grandparents were like, there would be a half a chicken cutlet left, and it would get wrapped up and go in the fridge, and I would come over and eat it because I like to come in and clean up the leftovers.
Oh,
But
go ahead, finish your story.
no, basically what I was saying is it turned them into like not I won't say the word hoarder, but it turned them into like collectors and stashers. They collected stuff, they stashed it, and they put away something for a rainy day, which generations of today don't really believe in that concept.
Yeah, my grandma, she went through the Depression, and um, they lived on a farm and all that stuff. So yeah, nothing went to waste with her neither. And she had a place in Florida, but she lived in Indiana during the summer. So she'd go down there in Florida in the wintertime. And there was still a ham in the fridge, and she just cut the mold off and ate it. It's like, Grandma, that's no good. No, it's good. Just cut the mold off. It's okay. So yeah, it's an aspect of life that people don't look at nowadays, that's for sure.
Well, yeah, I mean, listen, if you could see what some homeless people have to eat, they eat out of dumpsters, bro.
Yeah.
And, you know, animals eat roadkill, and there's what the body can take and what you could actually really endure is way more than what we allow ourselves to endure. You know, but I mean, I'm not saying that anybody should eat a rotten ham, but it is possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a lot of times I'm like going to throw something away, and my wife's like, "What are you doing? It's still good." And I'm like, "Babe, I'm like, those eggs have been in the refrigerator for a long time." She's like, "Oh, they're still good." She's like, "You damn Americans."
Yeah. Hey,
Like,
have you
oh,
seen the price
excuse
of eggs
me.
and you're ready to throw out eggs, dude? Come on.
Like, nowadays, hell no.
No. No, you know what? You crack an egg, and you know how you can tell if it's bad? If you get the shits a half hour later, it was bad.
Yeah, that's it too.
That's it. Oh
Prepare
God.
meat for
So
Tuesday.
no other takers. Nobody else wants to come up and chit chat on the stage,
I hope not. I
on the
was trying
big
to
stage.
multitask here. No, no takers. We're lame today. I don't know. Nobody wants to hang out with us today.
Yeah, I guess so. But you know what it is? It's Saturday morning. Maybe everybody's still tired and they're still kind of hanging out in their jammies.
Everybody's still laying naked in bed.
Yeah. Maybe we got to put a question out. Say we'll ask a question. Take care, Humble. I know you'll be back. Um, let's throw a question out there. Okay, let's do a prediction. Well, no, predictions suck. I did a prediction, and I don't think it's going to come true now. I said $40 by July 4th, 50 by the end of the year, GSR in the 70s by the end of the year. That was my prediction. I put it in writing.
Oh, I don't know about the GSR, but I could see
Well, listen, the 70s can be 79.999. So that's 80, right? We were very close to 90 a couple days ago. We were 90.24 or whatever. That's only 10 points away from the 80s, from the
right.
70s, not the 80s. Think about it. It's possible.
It
It's
was
definitely.
It was dropping down real quick there for a minute, and then
Yeah.
I think the stuff overseas, it started pumping gold back into the mix again.
Oh, it definitely has an effect on it. But also let's face facts. I mean, silver shot straight up. It's pulling back. It's doing a little healthy consolidation right around 36 now. And it's probably going to float around 36 for a week or so, and then it'll take off again. That's what I see happening. But listen, I'm not a financial advisor, so take it for what it's worth.
And I mean, I think that's like you said, that's a healthy thing. You don't want to see stuff just shoot straight up because then it's gonna take a big shit right in your lap.
So Silver Sleuth, why don't you hit that link and let's come up and talk about that? Because I think I agree with you. I think I will hit those three predictions.
Humble Stacker, thank you for the $2. Says video coming out, gotta go. All right, everybody, keep an eye out for Humble's video about his nice new pickup.
Yeah, man.
Thank you very much for that $2.
Yeah, and definitely go if you're not subscribed to Humble, subscribe to him. He's got a good channel. And if you're not subscribed to Vegas Stacker or myself, which I know all you guys are, but if you're not, hit it up. Hey, one of you guys in the chat, why don't you share it out so we can get a few more souls in here? How many do we have in the room? I can't see it on
12,
the phone.
12 bright-eyed, bushy-tailed people.
Yeah, but probably two of those are us,
I know at least one of them. Yeah, one of them's at least me. So yeah, probably we got 10 people.
Yeah.
Take care. Silver Sue says, take care when buying from folks and they will send you referrals. Yeah, that's exactly right.
Oh, yeah. Take it easy. Dub C's got to leave. He's got a busy day today, ruling the world, whatever he does. We don't know what he does for a living, but we assume he's a mover and a shaker. What did we say? He was in the CIA. He owned a coin shop. What else? What was the
Professor,
other? A what?
the professor, I think.
Oh, a professor. Yep, the professor. And don't forget, Dub C, according to Emperor Wang, has knowledge out the ass. So go watch Dub C's channel.
And according to the pornography, Emperor Wang was a porn star in the 70s.
Absolutely. He was a villain in Flesh Gordon.
I actually have a package right here waiting to open from E-Wang. I've been meaning to open it and I haven't got around to it yet because I want to do a video opening it because he deserves a video of me opening it.
No
And I
doubt.
still have to send his alien out. I have to send FG's round out and whoever else won that round.
Yeah.
And I have to send out another alien. I gotta send some bunch of shit out.
Oh, me too, man. I'm not going to criticize you because I'm the same way. I got some stuff to send out too. It's going to go out. It's just a matter of time. But God, man, I can't find hours in the day anymore. I was literally up till 5 a.m. I slept till 8:30. I had business between 8:30 and 9:30. And then now here we are, And I really
Just
want to do.
I got time in the day, but I just find myself doing other shit. I don't know.
Oh, Rudy, that's a good. Rudy Velo says Dub C is an alchemist. He makes his own gold. He turns lead into gold. Maybe
And
that's how
water
he's
into
got
wine.
stacks of gold, huh?
Maybe he turns water into wine as well. Maybe we really,
That would be interesting.
there's a little GSR, almost 95.
Yeah, it was like 94 and change. But I think that was just gold making a little bit of a comeback and silver pulling back a little bit. I still stick with my predictions.
I mean, you still got what is it? What are we looking at? You still got silver over $36. I would have never
Right.
thought that. It shot from
Yeah.
34 to 36 quite quickly.
Yep. Well, what is it today? Today is the 14th, right? So in order figure 3 weeks to July 4th, just about 3 weeks. So I got 3 weeks to get it up to 40. So I got to start pumping silver, man.
Let's see, what is that? That's
I mean, come on, it
percentage
could go to
change
40 in 2 days.
36 to 40.
It
That's
doesn't have to hold
11%.
40. It just has to hit it by July 4th.
That's 11%. That's not unheard of. It can do
No.
that.
I mean, dude, it's less than $4. It was 32 like 3-4 weeks ago.
And I mean, with everything going on right now,
Or less.
that's nothing.
That's true. That is true. I mean, I think people are probably going to gravitate more toward gold with any kind of war going on. Hopefully, that doesn't get to a stage where they have to start using, chemistry, if you know
Oh
what I mean, nuclear
yeah,
fission, because both of them, I think, have weapons. Um,
yeah. It's not. I don't. Yeah, it's not pretty.
and they hate each other enough to use them. Okay, and they both think that they're like martyrs. They both think they're right as far as religion goes, and that's a dangerous combination right there, man. Oh, Silver
Yeah.
Sleuth is backstage.
Yeah, I was gonna tell him to put a thumbs up when he's ready because I didn't want him to accidentally do a face reveal.
Oh, okay, got you.
I was trying to see what his camera's on because I think we've had people and they were like looking at the camera and then it's like, oh, I don't think they meant to do that. Nash says he's got a client at noon.
Yep.
Silver Sue says he has no face. Noon. What time is it? It's 11 o'clock your time, isn't it? You better get your ass out of bed, pal.
Yeah, buddy. There he
Silver
is.
Sleuth. There he is. Good morning.
Sleuth. What's up,
Good morning.
Sleuth? How you
Can you
doing,
hear
buddy?
me?
Yeah, we can hear you loud and clear.
How about that? It's the first time I've used this, what do you call them? Earbud thingies since my dog bit one of them.
Oh,
Oh, nice.
my
Got a
dog. That
nice,
actually happened to my
still
wife.
works though. Oh, yeah. TMI, dude.
I
It's
ran
hurting.
mine. I ran mine through the washing machine. They came out and they didn't work, and I threw them in a drawer. A month or two later, I guess they dried out and they work again. Can't
Yeah,
can't kill them.
electronics is pretty neat stuff, but I don't, would that work for $3.99 earbuds?
Probably not. In fact, I wouldn't even try. If they were chewed up and it was like irritating your ear as you put it in, I would throw it out and get a new pair, no doubt.
I've, I'm pretty tight, especially with
I've
electronics.
noticed
Shit.
that. I've noticed that. Yes.
Well, that's how I'm able to, you know, not haven't had an employer for a long time other than some part-time places, so they'll pay for my insurance. But I've been on workman's compensation now for unpaid workman's compensation, I might add, for eight
Yeah.
months now.
Oh yeah.
8 months on the 11th. Yeah, October 11th, I hurt myself. Funny
I got
since
to be honest. It's not easy to not have employment in Hawaii because I'm sure your expenses are pretty high out there. But you probably got it all done in where your expenses are very
I
low.
do. I
Yeah.
do. I don't absolutely have to work outside the home, but I save right off the bat. I save about 200, not quite $200 a month on Medicare Part B. Because if
Mm,
I've got an employer that has 21 employees or more, they have insurance that legally bypasses Part B. People cheat, but they get caught. If you get caught not paying for Part B when you should, they will penalize you right up front. And then that penalty lasts for the rest of your living days.
yeah.
So better off. But yeah, it's frustrating. Not only the pain, it's weird. I'll tell you a cute story. Um, so I didn't even know I was a stacker until I started watching these stacking channel shows.
Mm.
I used to just only watch prepper stuff, and I had a prepper channel, and puppies and kittens and stuff like that. And so I hadn't been to the doctor before I met you guys. Probably 25 years at least. I think 90 something. I had a meniscus tear.
Mm.
Yeah, that was I don't know, it was in the 90s, 94, 95. And not long after I met you guys, I think I had just made a channel, like the silver. That's where I come up with the Silver Sleuth name and blah, blah, blah. And so I hadn't been to the doctor 25 years. I get involved with, quote, air quote, involved with the stacking community on YouTube. And boom, heart attack, boom, renal failure. And then I finally recovered from that. Didn't take too long because I was in pretty good shape. And then boom, injury. So yeah, and pain. So ever since I met you folks, I've been either on death's door or in really bad pain. But I don't blame anybody. But
Man, we're sorry about that. We didn't mean that on purpose.
well, no,
Yeah,
it was you, Vegas, in particularly.
I
I don't
feel
put out
like
any
I just
content, so
think
I
that
don't take the blame.
I
I
feel
just think
kind of
that's
partially
odd.
responsible because, as you know, I think you know that I was your first actual subscriber, and I actually posted your channel after I subscribed. I said, "Hey, check this guy out. This is going to be an interesting channel." It was your first video where you dug up Home Depot buckets out of your yard with all kind of stuff in there that you were rediscovering.
I'm not lying. I forgot. I had completely forgotten about all that stuff.
That's
I not
amazing.
really. I mean, I knew it was there, but I didn't think about it. I didn't care. I mean, who I didn't care. Uh, it took me 8 years, almost 8 years, a little over 7 years to get to that point where I would have even been open to buying something other than, long-term prepper stuff because I had to. I mean, I shipped what I could, but I didn't ship my Berkeys. I didn't ship my camp stoves or any of that stuff. If it didn't fit in a large priority mail box, which was less than $10 in 2017,
Mm,
it didn't come to Hawaii or my luggage. I have to admit, I brought a couple pieces of art, you know, iron, iron hanging stuff, bull terrier stuff
yeah.
in my seat bag or my suitcase. And I don't even remember. I don't remember. I think he got 2 bags for free. Had to be less than maybe 50 pounds or 70 pounds. I forget. Because I'm telling you, I'm losing my mental capabilities.
Yeah.
But
No, that's what I would
seriously,
worry about. I would bury shit and then I'd worry about remembering where it was. It would have to have maps and
uh,
then you got to
I don't
tell
have that.
people.
No, I don't have that much stuff. I mean, it's pretty. I got just and I can divulge all kinds of information. If somebody finds me, please do because I lead such a boring fucking life that I would really appreciate the excitement. And I'm ready for you. But
Oh yeah.
no, it doesn't take that. And I use fence posts. Like I don't. I think it's aluminum. Is that what they make fence posts out of?
Oh, you can metal detect it?
No. So I can stash eagle tubes right in it and then seal it off at the bottom and then
Oh,
just make it look like a fence, make it look like part of a
there you
fence.
go. You could
Even
use
aged it.
like 5-inch PVC and put the screw caps on the end.
Yep. I,
That
I do
works too.
that kind of stuff inside. I don't know if I had to do it all over again, I probably would change my name from Silver Sleuth to Master Hider because
Yeah.
I'm fucking good at it.
Well, if
But
you
no,
were
I just didn't think about it anymore. I didn't have any of it out. And if I'm going to share, I had one. It was a Hollywood Casino silver round I got for spending every day of the month in January of 2013 in a casino. I got that. I had that out. That was my pocket carry for a while, but I didn't carry it. It was my sock drawer round, and everything else was, hidden. Then I had to, I had to dig stuff up. The only difficulty I had was figuring out where that bucket was versus some other things that I got stashed, but it worked out all right.
yeah. But like
And
you
I've bought
said,
a
man,
little bit since.
I would honestly worry about I can't find shit in my own house. I mean, in your yard. Oh my
Well,
god.
yeah, no, I don't. It's that's not extremely difficult for me. I have ways to um, point it out without pointing it out.
Got
So
you.
even in my advanced age, my brain could figure it out, and it did. But and I've been tempted to pull out other stuff, but I said, "Fuck it! This is just too much anyway." And then
Yeah.
the paranoia, it being above ground, I'm not I'm not too keen on that feeling.
Well, your background is in prepping, from what I understand, right? So that is always going to make you a little bit more cautious, I think.
No, I was really probably, I'd say, a little mentally touched.
Hmm.
It built up since it really actually it built up since about 1980, 81 when Reagan, or 82, I forget when Reagan started taxing our tips. And it wasn't really our tips. You would get taxed 7.5% on your total sales. So if you had a $500 tab and a party of 10 Australians left you a dollar and wanted, just loved you to death, I kind of felt like I was paying for part of their meal because I had to pay tax on 7.5% of their bill.
Right. But does it,
You
you would know, but it kind of averages out in a sense, because some people are going to leave you 20, 25, 30%. So if
know,
you're only getting hit on the first 7.5, I still say though that the deal with Trump, if he can make that no tax on tips, that's huge, man. That's huge.
yeah, well, but it was different back then because they would take that out of your, back then they called it a paycheck,
Right.
and
$2 an hour.
jeez, I think I made it to, you got an extra nickel for learning one dance, and then you got an extra dime for learning another one, and then I think I ended up topping off at about maybe 2.75 an hour, but
Nice.
you'd get no check. You'd get no check anymore.
Yeah, because it all went to
That was it.
taxes. Yeah.
It did, and then
But
you
then,
got a bill. You had to file taxes too, and so stuff that your paycheck couldn't cover, you had to come up with at the end of the year if you made enough, and we did.
yeah. Yeah.
But
The
yeah,
whole
so
thing with
that pissed me off, and then I started reading. Don't read, don't pay attention to history and shit. It'll just fuck your brain up. At
Yeah.
least it did mine.
No, I hear you.
Hey,
whole
B
thing with
Taylor.
the Trump and no tax on tips, it's only a certain percentage
Yeah,
that
I imagine. I
it's like
I think
25,
that's
the first 25,000 will be no tax on tips, and then after that you're getting taxed on tips.
yeah.
Well, isn't that better though? I mean, it's better. It's exempts the
Hey,
first 25,000, and who's going to claim more than 25,000 in tips? You
me.
you're in a different situation because all your tips go through the company,
Yeah, I get whacked before I even get to see it.
right?
Um,
But like a waiter or a waitress or whatever, they get a
well,
lot of under the table cash tips that nobody sees.
it's a raise for me either way. I'll take no tax on the first 25,000. That's fine with me.
Yeah.
I think a lot of what Trump does are shiny objects. He's just kind of flashing around to distract either the mainstream media, which hates him, or he just floats shit out there. He doesn't have much of a filter.
Not at all. No filter. But I think that's what people like about him. He's just
Yeah, I don't mind
unfiltered,
that about him.
you
I
know.
didn't vote for Trump because I wanted Trump. That was the first time I ever voted for the winner. Was in 2016, or yeah, the election was in 16.
Yeah.
I voted. I was voting again. I always voted against somebody.
Oh, I got you.
I voted. I voted for Ross Perot. How I wrote in Ron Paul. I even voted for Ralph Nader back in the day.
Wow.
Anybody but the
Mainstream
the
candidate.
part. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Especially Hillary. Ugh.
Mm.
I'm glad we
Well,
dodged a bullet there. We dodged a big bullet.
let's face it. Most of the time we're voting for the lesser of two evils versus somebody we
Yeah,
really want there.
Oh,
that's a good
100%.
description.
Yeah.
But I'm not an anti-Trumper at all. I think there's a lot of good things, but I don't. I'd like to see him talk more about gold, like he did for a half a second.
Yeah.
See, I think the thing with Trump is he's a businessman. He's not a politician. So he's going to tell you what's on his mind, and if you don't like it, he really doesn't give a flying shit. And
Yeah,
if you do like it, well then cool. I mean, it's just East Coast business mentality where, they're going to say what they're going to say and
Mm.
either like it or don't like it, whatever. They really don't give a shit.
And that
yeah, I
that hasn't
agree.
changed. That has not changed over the years. He's always been that way.
I agree. Plus, he's a master of debt. Now, he might be a slave to debt too, but he is a big fan of debt. So this 36 trillion and of upfront debt, and then another 112 trillion of hidden debt. It doesn't scare him at all. That's why
Mm.
he's just blasting forward. And I kind of think we're at that point in history where we need someone like that who's just, hey, it is what it is. Here's how we're going to do it. Nobody else,
Gotta gotta
no other
shake it up a little
politician,
bit.
no other politician that I remember has had any specific plans. Reagan a little bit, but uh, not too much. And I ended up not disliking Ronald Reagan. Kind of felt sorry for him towards the end when
Yeah,
his health.
he kind of went. He was like the first dementia patient in the White House, and now we just had a second one.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
before
right.
that, Wilson was comatose. It was not hidden. Of course, there was no 24/7 news cycle back then, so it wasn't in the papers because of Hearst and all. But he was a vegetable. His
Mm.
wife was running the White House, and everybody knew it. Everybody that was close enough to know.
Well, that's
If
way
it
before
had
my.
24/7, I don't think FDR would have ever been, maybe not even elected at all, because I don't think America was ready to elect somebody that couldn't walk.
Right. That's
Yeah.
true. Yeah, they never showed, and the press actually didn't really do their job. I mean, let's face it, they should have. They should have
Well, that's
reported.
their job, though. Their job is to cover up for any administration that's in
Yeah,
there.
but
Used to be, and then
even
it went
back
real
then,
partisan.
even back in those days, I guess. But it's like, to me, the press should be telling us all the, show us the warts. That's what we got to see.
Press
Yeah,
just
it had
tells you
been.
what they want you to see. The press runs the
That's
freaking
it.
world, the country right now. That's
They
what's
do. They
crazy.
do. They do.
So we
And that
got
was
Gold
set up.
Striping Farmer says he just got in here. So strippers
Oh,
pay no
let me
income
go.
tax? Absolutely they don't.
Oh,
Bullion Brent, thank you for coming in. I'm not familiar with your name. Forgive me. And B Taylor, I think he's on lunch break hanging out with us.
Yep. Yep.
Brad
but I think you should.
Yahate says in November he wrote in none of the above when he voted.
None of the above. That's good.
But I think you should keep that gold eagle, whether it's in the
You think I
slab
should
or
keep
not.
it?
I honestly, I don't think anybody should be selling anything
Yeah,
right
I
at
agree with that.
this minute, right now. Right at this point in time. Now, think about it. If you look back the past 25 some odd years, when has June ever been this active? And I know why.
Yeah.
Look at all the shit that's going on in the world. People look at the GSR this, the silver to oil, the gold to the dollar, and man, look at the
It's
world is really in a big question mark, and and people are hurting. That's why all this junk and stuff is showing up at coin shops. Thank God for coin shops. They
Yeah.
are on the front line of
it,
citizens holding and managing their precious metals.
it's
Yeah.
sort of like it is interesting what you said. I mean, I've only been stacking like a year and a half, but from what I've understand, um, summertime is usually a slow time for precious metals as far as like
Oh,
action and prices
yeah.
and everything. But this summer has not shown that. That's for sure.
No, and I never paid attention to it. I really didn't. I just I had it in my mind. I wanted X amount for prepper
Right.
reasons, and I got those really fast, and it became a habit, and I felt like, oh, this is. I just latched onto this idea of not hanging on to something that wasn't doing something for me. So whether that be rental properties or index insurance funds, or I did have some. I did used to have a stock portfolio, dividends type, Victoria's Secret. Well, actually, it was called Limited Brands. Big Mo, Philip Morris, which is
Hmm.
now Ultra or something like that. But I got out of. I got out of. It's been a while, but I decided to just get rid of everything that was semi-liquid and just make it liquid. And for me, precious metals seem pretty liquid. There's one step, there's one extra step from converting gold and silver into something that you need or want,
Right.
as opposed to a U.S. dollar. But I believe in stacking fiat to a point. So I got to that point, and then I decided, well, I'll just buy stuff. But then all of a sudden, I'd show up at the coin shop. Yeah, I used to go maybe every other week or something like that, and all of a sudden, I was taking way less silver or gold home with me because the prices I didn't follow spot. I found out what spot was when I showed up at one of two LCSs, one primarily, and he had a little ticker sign, a little LED thingy or something that would flash the spot price, and that's what he based on. And I knew nothing about premiums. I went in thinking, I was a business owner at the time, so I was thinking, well, gee whiz, if I buy, you know, a gross dozen golf balls, I need to, I need to sell them and make a profit.
Yeah.
And so I figured, and I was under the impression that they bought it. If you sold them something, they would buy it, I think 5% in back of whatever that spot number was. And if you were buying something, it was 5%, or maybe it was 10%. I don't know. I had a number in my mind, but I didn't care. I didn't pay attention. I paid attention to out the door. And at that time, we weren't paying taxes in Ohio on metals.
Yeah.
And but yeah, I think I could hang on, and unless you got a lot, like it looks like blue collar, he kind of got this system down pretty good, so he can turn and burn without really affecting a good prepper stack, so to speak.
Yeah. Well,
It,
I've been buying lately. Like when I mentioned it earlier in the stream that if you have no emotional attachment to it, but a lot of the stuff I buy, I actually do have an emotional attachment to. It's like
You do.
I do. I look at it and I'm like, I bought that whole load of vintage. I bought like 20 something ounces, I think, of vintage, and I was like, I'm gonna flip this. Halfway home, I'm looking at it. As I'm driving, I'm like, I'm not flipping that. So I ended up replacing it with stuff out of my stack. I took 5 Maples, 5 Philharmonics, 5 whatever Silver Eagles, and 5 Britannias. Traded it in and put the vintage stuff in my stack, and I just won't touch it. So, yeah,
I think that's natural. I mean, I think human beings are collectors, hoarders.
yeah. Oh, I definitely agree with that. Like, even that the Australian stuff that I bought. I never did the video on that yet, but I bought like 37 ounces or 38 ounces of a mix of Australian, South Korean, and some pandas. And the thought was I was going to flip that, and I actually did sell some of it last night. But the longer I keep it, the more I want to keep it, and I can't do that. You got to separate yourself from it.
That's, it might be a self-preservation gene that you've got in your body to help hang on to a pretty large portion of your stack for
Yeah.
liquidity purposes in a just-in-case scenario. I'm not really a SHTF person anymore. I should say I'm not so much an EMP person anymore.
Mm.
He's
Well,
just a hoarder.
no, I was just going to say that. I don't think it's that. I don't look at it and say someday I might have to buy food with this. I look at it like, damn, that's it's a cool piece. I just want to collect it. It's like I'm a collector at heart. And if
Yeah,
you want to
that's
say
the
That's all it is. Yep.
a
that's the
hoarder, I'll go with that. I'd rather
no,
hoard
that's good.
silver and gold than like old magazines. So
That's good. That's good. But when I think of SHTF or some crazy event, I'm not thinking of commerce. I'm thinking more of collateral for way bigger things in the future.
Yeah,
Like for instance, commercial real estate. I think commercial real estate is. I mean, there's a lot of defaults hanging in the balance. And I know there's some date that is supposed to come to fruition where banks are going to have to, you know, uh, show their books, so to speak. Whether it's especially in Hawaii, the car loans, the commercial real estate here is everything. Real estate here is Just add a couple zeros on the right-hand side of the number, and it's just crazy. I mean, my house in Ohio, oh my gosh, it would just be worth so much money here. But that's why there's very few local coin shops here. I talked to a
Yeah.
couple guys. One guy, he sells on Craigslist. He was paying $10,000 a month on just to open the doors. That's not counting
Yeah.
electricity or utilities or
Yeah, I believe it.
inventory or anything. That's just pure rent. 120 large a year.
Yeah, I don't see how coin shops can even exist at this point, because the rents have gone crazy, right? The margins are so freaking thin, and prices go up and down. You can get caught with your pants down real easy. And I mean, it's got to be a rough living. It really
Oh my
does.
God. I couldn't
But you see
imagine the
like
stress.
you see the volume. You see it with OJ, the volume that he does and everything. So I mean, it's just you just it's I think it's volume, and like you said, he's at the wholesaler all the time. So you got to be able to dump it quick. I mean, you got to
Yeah,
be able to take that $300 or that 300 ounce over the counter and get rid of it right away.
yeah.
So we got Sorcerer Stan in here. Bullion Bears or Bullion Brett says he's new. Welcome in. Thanks for joining us.
Bullion Brent, welcome.
Um, Gold Sniping Farmer says if you didn't know, this guy has pretty good auctions on his channel. Next one Wednesday Eastern. I'm not sure. Bullion Brent must have that. Silver and Cigars is here. Welcome in. Welcome in. Trying to catch up on the chat here.
Brad Yate, right?
Brad, yeah, Ate. Silver and Cigar says Ohio. What part? He is in Cleveland. William Brett is in Toledo or from Toledo. I don't know if he's still in Toledo. Gold Sniping Farmer says I was 5 miles north of Sylvania, just over the border, but now I'm in northwest Lower Michigan. Hey, that's not far from where I was, and will be soon. For
Yeah.
Oh, Gold Sniping Farmer has auctions. Yeah, that's right. He does
Yep.
auctions on YouTube.
Cool.
But on the LCS front, the old timers like Tim, they're
Yep.
probably not as hurt. He probably owns his building, he and the land on it. He's snuck up his back stairs and was just finding gold and silver everywhere, all kinds. So he can probably weather the storm.
Well,
But
yeah, he's also been stashing and collecting
yeah,
for
Oh yeah.
for decades, right? So yeah,
yes,
and he probably never sells anything in his personal stash. Well, I don't know. That's guys like that they were buying silver when it was $4 an ounce.
yeah, I know the feeling. But the newer folks, and I look at Vermilion. He's only been, I think, in business for maybe 10 years.
Yeah,
Um, he seems like he has to, he's watching every cent.
yeah.
He has
He-
to.
He's got a very tight business model, though.
Yeah,
He pays
yeah,
the most of everybody out there. So he has to turn and burn, like he says. He's like, if I'm paying 2% back on gold and I'm getting 1% back, I better be able to turn that shit over immediately. You know.
Well, did
And
you watch his latest video? He basically said on a 1 ounce eagle, a 1 ounce gold eagle, he makes like
yes,
$15.
yeah, he said 17, but yeah, but
Yeah.
listen, how many? If he moves 85 of them a day, he's making good money.
Yeah, it's straight volume. And I
It is
mean
volume.
that's and all he's doing is he's taking that and he's taking it right to the refiner, right to the wholesaler. He's not even bothering keeping it in the counter to try and
Yeah,
resell. I mean, I'm sure he keeps a couple, or he knows what he needs on hand
yeah.
just in case. But I
Well,
think for the most part, he's getting X amount from the refiner, so he's going to give you X amount, and he's taking it right there. He's not
right, but
even
he's showing you his worst case scenario. Like he's buying it
yeah,
from over the counter, and he's laying it off on the refinery right away, locking it
yeah,
in immediately. Right. That's his worst case scenario is he'll make 17 a coin. Right. But he's not
yeah.
showing you what he's not showing you is if people come in and they're paying him 4% over, now he's making 6%. You know. So he's actually making pretty good money. He's making a couple of $100 a coin on stuff he can sell in his shop. So his
Hmm.
worst case scenario is $17 a coin. His best case
He-
scenario might be 150, 200.
He's very
and
transparent.
like you said, he knows what he has to do. Like if he's only going to make, risk reward, he can risk it,
Yep.
and hold on to it for a little bit and hope somebody walks through the door and comes in, or like you
Yeah.
said, he gives himself that 6 or 7% cushion. So if the market moves a little bit, then he can hurry up and unload it if he has to.
You know what I
Well,
found
he's got a connection.
interesting? One of his videos recently, it's one of those Ask Brian, they asked him about if he was a stacker, and he said no, he doesn't. He only owns what he owns in the shop. He does not personally stack or collect gold and silver.
I think a lot of coin shops are probably like that, though. I
No,
mean,
my guy does. My guy's a collector and a stacker.
yeah, I guess to an extent. I guess it depends. I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I
Cold
don't
Sniping
think.
Farmer says he sells generic at 150 over or 175 over. Yeah, but he's been running deals like if you go in there, he's taking spot. He's selling generic at spot for cash right now. If you go in the store physically, from the videos I've seen recently, and I think that's just because his wholesaler is so overloaded, they aren't giving him shit for it either.
Well, he's also trying to raise cash. If you,
Yeah, he's trying to raise capital. Yeah, absolutely.
yeah, because the banks are tougher. He goes through a lot of cash a day. So he figures if he sells it cheap and sells it, to the public for what he's going to get from the refiner anyway, he's going to get cash money, and he specifies that cash only. So it's a two-pronged approach, and he's really smart dude. You know.
I think
He's
you
all
really have to be a numbers guy when you're trying to run a successful when you're trying to do a successful coin shop. You have to be numbers. You have to be like you have to have all that shit like down to a science. I think.
Yeah. Well, right now
well.
you could buy. You can buy 90%, $1 back right now from him, but
Yeah,
it's walk-in business only, no shipping, and it has to be cash money or
that's
scrap gold.
because
Scrap gold too.
that's because the refiner they're
Yeah.
giving 150 back.
Mm-hmm.
So he'll sell it for $1 under. Otherwise, he's gonna have to sell it to the refiner for $1.50 under.
Right, and they're
So if he
melting
sells
it
it
all
to you
anyway.
for $1 under, he's coming out 50 cents ahead.
Yep.
Well,
So
what I think about with when it comes to the refinery part, it could and might get to the point where shops like Vermilion and those folks that are using refineries right now, they're getting their money pretty quick, but it could get to a point where they might be 30, 45 days away from getting paid for what they're sending to a refiner. And that's
Yeah.
going to change things dramatically. Dramatically. It happened once or twice before.
Well,
I did.
the only thing that's preventing that right now is number one on the gold side, central banks are just taking everything that can come out of the refinery, and number two, on the silver side, industry is sucking it all up. So if that condition didn't exist, we would be seeing a much different market right now. Premiums would be way higher, right? Because that's the only way to make money, and they would be melting everything that came in the door, and God knows what would happen after that.
Well,
but like
that's a possibility.
Gold
And
Sniping
I would
Farmer
I would
says he can
imagine
get
Vermilion thinks
90%.
about that.
Gold Sniping Farmer says he can get 90% at melt at one of his coin shops. And that's what it is right now because these places are so um I think some of these refineries are so overloaded with it. Like Vermilion will say they're burning it. They're not even holding it or sending it anywhere else. They're just straight up burning it,
Mm-hmm.
They don't even give a shit about it, which that to me that means that they're overloaded. They have too much of it. So
Right.
that's
Well,
when you talk about
they're going to look at
when
the
you,
path of least resistance, right? They're going to say, "Are we going to ship this to bullion dealers like APMEX and blah blah blah, and wait for our money from them, or are we just going to melt it into Comex bars and sell it to industry and get more money right away? You know, because Tesla is paying the bills.
And that just proves, I've always said junk silver is junk silver. And that just proves it, because now they're so overloaded. You're not getting, you take your junk silver to them, they're not giving you shit for it. So, I mean, it's just all these people talk about stacking junk silver as a prepper thing, but with Vermilion, it's showing that that's not the way it is.
Yeah, but that's just the poster child of the day. It's like the redheaded stepchild of the market right now because so much of it's coming in. The reason so much of it is coming in my opinion, is because older people are the ones that hoarded all that shit. And
Yeah,
older people right now need to bridge the gap between Social Security and the kennel ration can. You know what I'm saying? It's
I
like
agree.
they got to sell some of their old assets to pay the bills because inflation is eating up what their fixed income is.
I agree. I
I'm one of
agree.
those elderly folks, but
Mm-hmm.
I think yes, there are probably some that are selling any junk silver or anything that they've got to make ends meet, but a lot of them, and I speak with them, they are they're doing bucket list stuff. They're taking cruises. Uh, they're converting their precious metals into U.S. dollars and giving it to their kids and their grandkids, $10,000-$20,000 at a time.
Right, and that's great. There are a lot of people on that
A
level,
lot.
but for as many that are on that level, there's 10 that aren't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
You
there's a
just
lot of
don't
people
hear
that are
about it.
different
hurting.
times for sure.
There's a lot of people that are hurting. Stacking, I don't know how popular it is. I don't know about Hawaii because I don't talk to people in real life. I've never talked about silver like this before in my life. One guy and the LCS guy, and the LCS guy wasn't, he wasn't, we weren't talking heady subjects. We were just talking prices. I had a couple buddies that were coin collectors, but we didn't, no in-depth talking whatsoever. So channels like your guys's, I know that people are being influenced into the whether it's a hobby or a stacker attitude. A lot of people are getting into this, I think, because of the YouTube. YouTube seems to be getting bigger and bigger and bigger, not just stacking, but everything.
YouTube's
So it's pretty
becoming a
cool.
Yeah.
replacement for the regular TV. More and more people are getting the YouTube on their TV, and they're turning to YouTube for stuff to watch. I watch more YouTube stuff content than I do my regular TV anymore, and it's just because the stuff on TV is nonsense.
It is. I
Yeah.
cringe when I walk by. I don't watch TV, but I pay for cable. I cringe when I walk by and my wife is watching the local news. And yeah, she's just
Yeah,
looking at the local stuff, but you can't get away from. First of all, you can't get away from all the pharmaceutical ads. Without the pharmaceutical companies, television would be way different.
Oh, way different. Yeah.
I
I'm
mean,
about to
even the
do away with my satellite TV because it's overpriced and I
yeah,
don't really watch it anymore. It's ridiculous what the price is anymore, and I'm just when I get the bill, I'm like, what the hell? And then I forget to cancel it. Great
Yeah.
the
Lakes Joe,
TV.
what's up? Taking the Saturday off, I'm guessing. He's in here. Emerald Coast stopped in. Who else we got? I was trying to keep up here, trying to see who else. Um, I think that's the only two new people that stopped in.
Mm.
B Taylor, I think he said he's going back to the
That's the
field. Y'all be easy. B Taylor, you going to the field? Oh shit.
word. I got
Great Lakes says he's out working. All right.
oh, Great Lakes Joe is working. Yeah.
He's been freaking slammed. This is his busy season. He works on boats, so this is his busy season. That's I meant to send you the pictures of the stuff he
I
picked
forget
up
what
the
the
other day.
percentage of water that the Great Lakes hold compared to the rest of the fresh water is, but it's really high up there. Those things are
Oh, Great
important.
Lakes are huge and deep too.
Yeah,
Yeah,
especially
it's friggin'
Superior.
real deep.
Yep.
Oh, wrong Joe. I was trying to find. I know my brother sent me pictures. I was trying to find them, but I was looking at the wrong Joe. This Joe.
I think I think the Great Lakes are scarier than the Pacific Ocean.
Dude, Great Lakes are nuts. I've been out there before, and it's when the wind kicks up and forget about it. You can't get off the water fast enough.
Oh yeah, yeah. Just
I've
just ask all the crew members from the Edmund Fitzgerald.
I lived on a small lake. I grew up on a small lake, third largest lake in Ohio, still Buckeye Lake. But man, there were more than two times where I was praying on the way back to the ramp, hoping I'd make it.
Oh
I
really?
can't imagine on the Great Lakes.
Have you guys ever seen this one? The J&J Smelting and Refinery Bar?
I have not.
That's
I've
one.
not.
I should have sent that to you. That's one he just picked up.
Oh, is that your brother bought that?
Yeah, and then he picked up a 83. That's a Libertad, right? 83 Lib. 83 Libertad.
Man, I'm glad I
Then
don't
he
have a
picked up
good
a
memory
Snake.
because I shudder to think of all the bars that I didn't pay attention to, and my LCS didn't pay much attention to them either. If they were melting, and they probably were, that's probably the stuff that they were sending out.
Yeah.
I gotta look up this J&J bar for him. I forgot to look that up. I never seen that, so I don't know. My brother says, "Yeah,
But
educate me
it's
on
nice
that."
that young folks, and when I say young folks, people 40 or under, that they're thinking about it at the very least. And I know they're struggling with the, above $30 price for a piece of silver, but you know, I don't think they're into it enough.
Yeah, but the thing
You know,
is, the young people even can they even appreciate that? It's just silver
uh,
is 36 now, or 38 or whatever. They don't remember when it was $6. I don't remember when it was $6. I know you're a different, you know,
I,
different case.
and
You do remember,
that's
but
that's why it's tough for me
most
to.
of us in the game now don't remember that. I
It's
remember
tough for
when it
me
was
to.
22, and I get pissed
I
off.
remember 26.
Yeah,
Well,
I haven't been in it
there's
long, and it's changed quite a bit in the little time I've been in it. So
well, that's the pudding that the proof is hiding in.
yeah.
22 and now 36. So and time does fly. So when I hear people talk about $50, $100 silver, I don't discount it. Uh, you know, just inflation wise, that's what bothers me.
Right.
My spam when I come to Hawaii you could get it for $1.59 a can on sale. Now it's $3.59 a can on sale. And
Well,
and
well,
I missed out.
if
My wife
everything's
just made
tripling,
spam and eggs the other day, and I was sleeping.
oh no way. Yeah, I've never been a spam guy, but I've heard, I don't know. I
well, it's
always look.
super popular. Super popular.
Is it
They're still buying it. Oh my gosh! I
If you
mean,
cut
even
it
at
thin, and fry it, it's better than bacon.
really?
Maybe.
it's good stuff.
That's close. I don't know. That might be iffy. Hey,
It's
Great
good
Lakes, what
stuff.
did you pay for that bar? Tell me what you paid. Can you? I'm seeing that bar on eBay for like $70. You better take that and sell that shit.
Which one?
That J&J bar.
Oh, the one that your brother has?
Yeah, J&J Smelting and Refining. It's
Yeah.
on eBay for freaking $85.
Maybe he's emotionally attached to it. Give
He
him a
ain't
break.
emotionally attached to shit. I'll tell you that. My brother does not get emotionally attached to objects.
No. Yeah, there's certain stuff I wouldn't sell, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know why I wouldn't sell it. I mean, I guess everything's for sale, right? Um,
Yeah, we were talking about that. Everything's for sale. Shit.
yeah, it's just a matter of hitting the right number, you know.
Yeah, but you're selling stuff to get other stuff, other precious metal stuff.
That is a
I
good point. Yeah.
It hurts my heart to think that somebody's going to sell a J&J bar for anything because they're just $50 short of being able to buy a $300 pair of shoes or a Gucci bag or all that
He,
stuff, which
Yeah, but
he
in
paid
time.
$50 for it. That's a good that was a good pickup. And I know where you picked that up from, and they're not cheap with their prices neither.
Yeah, but you know what's the good side of that? If one person's selling it, then somebody's buying it. As long as it's not going to a refinery to get melted, it's getting passed along to somebody else who can maybe, treasure it, if you will.
Bullion Brett says he literally bought his first ounce of silver May 9th last month. Well, welcome to the stacking.
Yeah, Bullion
Welcome.
last May 9th last month. Whoa. That's a noob.
Let me see.
Better late than never, for sure.
Yeah.
And he's got some videos out there too. He's got 213 subscribers, 207 videos. Says why do you stack? So he did a video on why do you stack? American Silver Eagles for $3.49 over spot. Was it a good deal? SD Bullion random silver deal. He has some gold backs, some free gold backs. Looks like he was into baseball cards before. Okay. So he might have rotated from, those are 2 years old, older videos, but it looks like he rotated from baseball cards into precious metals. A lot of his content is on baseball cards.
Right. Yeah.
Okay.
I wish I knew more about baseball cards. I really know nothing about cards in general. But I see my sons are actually making pretty good money flipping Pokemon cards. I mean,
there's a guy I work with. I told you he does it on Whatnot, and he said he did like over 200 in sales, 200,000 in sales last year, and he's looking at doing more this year, more than 200,000 in sales this year.
That's unbelievable.
Bullion Brett says he's up to 38 ounces now. That's good. That's a good little stack, real quick. Emerald Coast says we are all just caretakers of the shiny. Yeah, that's for sure. So Bullion Brett used to be Bowman Brett. Okay, so you were big into Bowman. I got you. Nice.
Hey, Vegas.
Yeah, that's me.
Fluff me up for a second. I want to show you that Haley bug piece that I got.
Fluff and consider you're fluffed.
Fluffed and folded. Look at that, huh?
I like Haley bug stuff.
You see the number up there? It says 8 of 15. So this is a micro mint piece, right? It's called Moon Cry. Look at that.
Oh, a lot of their stuff they've gone to colorized, and I'm not a big fan of colorized stuff.
You know what?
A lot of their stuff is colorized now.
I don't mind it because you got this side, which is the nice silver side.
Yeah.
And the other side is a cool piece of art, basically. It's artwork. I'm definitely with it.
It is. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just when I see that, like you said, the backside, I'm more attracted to the backside.
Yeah. Well, you know what it is? It gives them a bigger outlet of things they can do. Because, I mean, there's only so many patterns you can mash into a piece of silver, right?
Oh, yeah.
After a while, it gets boring, So
you can only do so many versions of a buffalo.
Yeah, exactly.
I like boring.
Like, look, this is another Haley bug piece. It's a copper round, but it's just a cool looking piece of copper, man. On the back side, you got the Haley bug logo, colorized as well. Just a cool little piece. I don't know.
I'm gonna take over and fluff myself up. Here's my Haley bug piece.
You got your butterfly?
Oh man.
Yeah.
It's my wife's quote unquote wife's butterfly.
Yeah. Well, this was
122 of 250, I think.
Nice.
So most of their stuff is all limited, and that's what makes it cool too.
Yeah. Well, it's like the one I got was a gift, Father's Day gift from the wife. Thank you, wife. And that was cool.
Now that is a piece that would most likely be priceless. That would be a hard piece, no matter what somebody offered you, for you to get rid of it. I'm sure.
Of course, yeah. No, that's a perma stack. You got a perma stack. You got a deep stack. These are a couple of other Haley bugs that she picked up.
And it was a semi deep stack.
I got a perma stack where it's like they're gonna bury me with it, or my kids are gonna sell it, right? And then I got a deep stack, which is stuff that I treasure, And these are more Haley bug pieces. Just showing, the stuff she got.
Oh, mine's ruthenium plated
This is six of something. I can't read it. Four of four. Oh, it's number 4 of 5. This is a limited mintage of 5 pieces.
Because it's ruthenium.
Oh.
When I opened it up, that's what it was.
Oh yeah, it says right on it, ruthenium plated. Are you plated? Pretty cool, man. They come up with some pretty cool stuff. Now, whether it's going to be worth anything down the line, who knows?
I think, in my
It's
opinion,
only worth what
the
somebody's going to pay for it. So if somebody finds it interesting and they want it, they'll pay you what they want to pay you for it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, right now I've got a silver eagle it's modern day 2024, and I can get $500 for it all day every day.
Sold.
One of them Star Privy 8 era things.
So I did that. I did a poll, and what do we got? If I should sell my gold eagle or not.
Yeah.
Out of 15 votes, 53% say yes, 47% say no. So that's pretty close.
Well,
That's one person that disagreed. That's all that is.
I mean, I can't think of a reason why you wouldn't want to sell it for the right price. I mean, I wouldn't give it away. I wouldn't buck and go the mo, but you know, if somebody will pay you $400 for it, take it, and then put it into something else.
Well, I could get what 1/10 gold eagle, 10% plus 775. I could get another 1/10 gold. I could sell it, make a little profit, get another 1/10 gold eagle that's not graded, not 2025, and to me, it's worth the same amount.
Yeah, of course.
343.
And then you could probably get a couple of silver eagles with the change, or maybe at least one.
So,
well, look, you got to remember you didn't pay 1 nickel for that piece, so whatever you get is found money.
So I could sell that. Say I sell that for like 400. I'd put a higher price, probably 420 on it. I like the number 420. And then I could get a 1/10 eagle for 369, so 370. So I make $50. Yeah, I pick up an eagle with the change.
Yeah.
So I sell it because it's graded, and then I pick up an ungraded piece and another piece of precious metal along the way with it. I like that. That's not a bad idea.
Yeah.
If you increase your stack, how can you lose? You're not losing. It's a win-win.
Yeah, I mean, if you're buying it to sell it, like say, you know, that's just capital that you can work with, you know, and put it because it's going to be harder to sell on Whatnot. It's going to be harder to sell that gold piece than it will be to sell, you know, 12 silver pieces. Let's put it that way.
Yeah. Yeah, because nobody wants to fork out. The only pieces they want to fork out anything on Whatnot is for a gram, and then they only want to pay like They want to pay like 1% over milled anyway.
I'll tell you what, man. I've been getting $3 for grams.
Oh, I meant gold grams, not silver.
Oh
grams.
no, silver grams. I'd sell silver grams. I'll get $3 for them.
Yeah, I sell silver grams all day. But you pay for it. Well, you get them in wheel games and shit. But
no, I get them from the coin shop cheap.
Oh yeah. Well, you got the hookup, man. I've never seen grams in my freaking coin shop.
You gotta, if you want to hook up, you gotta put your time in, bro. You gotta go in there 3 days a week. You gotta bring coffee, bring donuts.
Yeah, but you've been to these coin shops here. They don't give a shit about you. I don't care what you're bringing them. It's different people in there every time that are working behind the counter. I don't know. Like with Archangel, we had with Nick, and he would knock $1 off of already overpriced shit.
Yeah.
You know, their stuff was already $3 overpriced. He knocks $1 off, so you're still paying $2 more than you should be.
I think anyway. A lot of it has, you know, this mindset, collectible type mindset. I think, you know, and God bless you for having heirs. I think I call them heirloom quality stuff that, you know, you could pass on to a loved one. But I'm done with that stuff. I don't have any, you know, I don't have any heirs. And there's a lot of older folks, you know, they're running out of choices. What do I do with all this stuff? And you certainly don't want the government to get a piece of it.
I got no kids, so it'll be nieces and nephews that get my shit. or
Yeah.
my wife. My wife first, and then my nieces and nephews. Now it's up to 53% say no. 53% say keep it. It is a cool
You know, we
piece, man.
disagree on quite a few subjects, but you're increasing your stack with all this activity. And, you know, like you said, you got to work for connections. But everybody could if they had the, you know, the opportunity. But not every, even people that have that opportunity are not doing it. I myself, I have stuff I'd rather convert to less bulk, you know, like proofs and those fancy boxes, which I loved at first. When I guess I once I hit my stacking, my prepper stacking, you know, I thought, oh well, you know, I got enough of these. Maybe I'll get one of these or whatever. But I don't have anybody to pass it on to. So I think when
Yeah.
people have a family, I think it creates a totally different environment. So, you know, the heirloom quality, family heirloom quality factor, I think is that's an if someone has that in their life, I think that has got to come into play. You know, and it will. So
Yeah.
you might not have to, you know, if you might not have you don't really have to worry about your stuff. You don't have to concern yourself with it. Is it going to go to a good cause? Is it going to go to, you know, a good person? Because you're in charge of who it goes to. But if you
Right.
got nobody to leave it to, that makes it a little bit more difficult. I'm to the point now where, uh, other than converting U.S. dollars, excess U.S. dollars, I almost feel greedy by stacking more. I don't know if that makes any sense.
No, it
I mean,
does. I mean, I could see how you'd want to also streamline your stack. You'd probably want to just stay with gold eagles and some silver eagles, and that would be
uh,
the extent of it. You know?
make it easier for my wife to pedal off if
Yeah.
and when, and most likely I die before her.
Right. Yeah.
Because I don't
Totally.
want
I
her to
mean,
get ripped off, but for her, it's like everything's free because she's not been involved in any of this stuff.
yeah. Yeah.
No, I could do a blue collar trade with this 1/10. I could trade it for straight up silver. Use the gold to silver ratio.
Yeah. You could. Yeah.
So if I sell it for 420 minus fees, see, I gotta run numbers. Divided by say,
Well, I just
I could
had.
get I could get probably like 11 ounces of silver out of it, possibly, give or
Mm,
take,
well, it
maybe
is
10.
great. It is graded, so you're going to get a little bit more for it because it's an MS-70, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you're going to get more for that just based on that. But if it was just gold for silver, you'd probably be looking at like maybe 9 ounces of silver. But you probably could squeeze it for 10, maybe 11 if you really, really squeezed it.
and I wouldn't take it to the coin shop. I'd try and flip it on Pure Metals, and then take that money and buy silver with it.
Yeah,
And I
right.
could buy constitutionals. I could buy junk silver at spot.
You could probably multiply it by selling it on Pure Metals and then buying on Reddit your silver, right? Because you said the deals are on Reddit, right?
Yeah, shh, don't tell everybody. Shit. No, the deals are on Pure Metals.
There you go.
On Average Joe's Pure Metals. That's where the deals are.
Yeah, I got 24 items up there. Come on, get in there, hit it.
Well, I know
Get
there's a
that.
lot of ratios out there, but I don't know if anyone, I don't know if people do this kind of stuff, but I kind of worked on a silver to gold ratio personally. So like for every 100 ounces of silver I had, I'd want to have 1 ounce of gold.
A lot of people do that. Well, not a lot, but there are people that do that. Yeah. And there's nothing, and um, it gives you like little goals, because like you said, once you hit that 100 ounces of silver, then you're like, all right, now it's time to get a nice little gold piece to this stack.
Yeah.
So that's a good way to stack.
Well, I mean that's great. I'm way overweighted in silver right now because I traded gold for silver, right? So I'm way overweight in silver right now. But I also think silver has more potential right now than gold. So, you know, that's why I'm overweight, I guess, in it.
So what do I list this for? 420?
Oh, dude, I have no
419,
idea. I really don't know.
419.
Come on, you're my financial advisor.
I'm no financial advisor, trust me.
Emerald Coast says peer-to-peer trade might be an option. Yeah, hell, if somebody's interested in it.
Yeah, make him an offer. How many ounces of silver will you give him for it?
What's it scan at? It scans at 500. I think that's what it I just had it pulled up.
What's gray sheet on it?
I don't know gray sheet. You got the gray sheet.
It is a 2025, so I mean it's not like it's a oh no, it's not. Is it a 2015?
Oh, it's a 2025.
Oh, it is. Okay. Why do I
Here's
keep
what it shows on the NGC when you look it up.
Yeah, but that's a false number. That's not a real number.
I know that shit.
I know you know that. I don't know. Let me look it up on Gray Sheet. Let me see if I can find it on my iPad here.
So that's
Standard
a type
brown,
2?
whatever that means. I don't know. Well,
I know
somebody said, what does it scan at? So I'm guessing that's what I don't know if that's what they meant by scan at. I don't know.
Yeah, that's when it's the number from the grader.
But when I scanned it, it came up with the NGC and it came up with $500.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's horse malarkey. That's just NGC trying to be NGC.
Yeah.
There are only 33,441 that with that grade. It's not
That's a
bad.
lot though, man.
Is it? Really?
Oh, it's a lot. Yeah. For MS-70?
But I mean, it is a 2025, so there should be a lot.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know.
It's not
You
like
look
it's
it up.
a 1870.
You look it up on CAC, I guarantee you there's nowhere near that many. But that's why CAC brings more money too, for that reason. Because they're not grade whores.
I
Let's
really
see.
like the Type 2 reverse on the Gold Eagles more than the Type 1s.
They have
I'm
a
going to the
reverse.
Gray Sheet.
Yeah, the eagle head versus the eagle
I'm just
streaming
kidding.
down from nowhere.
One just sold June 12th on Fleabay for 420. See, I was about right.
Yeah, 420 sounds about right. Let me see what the
419, 410.
American Eagles.
One with Trump on it sold for 600. I don't know why that happened. 435.
They probably got a pretty good sell-through rate.
It should. I'm throwing it on Pure Metals. If anybody's interested, look me up in Pure Metals. I don't know what the price will be yet.
What's your name on Pure Metals?
I don't
Vegas? Know. It's just Vegas.
Is it just Vegas?
It is.
I swear it was supposed to be Vegas Stacker.
No, it just shows as Vegas.
Yeah, that works.
Yeah.
Search Vegas. Yeah, it does say just welcome Vegas. But on my thing it says Vegas Stacker. I don't know. Maybe I could change that.
That's a $5 Gold Eagle. Yo, you can definitely change it. Yeah. $5 Gold Eagle, and it's a 2025. I'm on the Gray Sheet. 2025 MS, gold, blah, 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 blah. Let's see what we got here. Oh, no, they don't even go up to 2025. It's only, here it is. Here it is. They don't have pictures on the 2025. Oh, no, they don't. They don't go up to 2025. They got no figures for 2025 Gray Sheet. That's weird. All right, I'm going to go with a 2024 and assume it's pretty close to the same. MS-70, it's showing wholesale 396 and retail 525.
Cool.
So it's right in that range. What you said. You usually get a little over wholesale.
Gold Sniping Farmer says now deduct 15% for the fees. Well, with Pure Metals, it's a low 2.75% in fees.
Yep, 2.75. Right? Hell yeah. That's why I love
We're
Pure
supposed
Metals.
To be lower. We're supposed to be lower than that, Nash. Where's Nash? Nash, are you in here still?
Yeah, where is Nash? He's got me at 275 as well. We were supposed to get a lower rate. I'm not trying to break your balls, Nash, but god damn it.
Oh, he's not in here.
Yeah. 3/4%.
Give me my 3/4% off. Yeah, so minus 2.75%, not bad.
Not at all.
I'll list it for $450 with free shipping.
Oh, yeah, but just make sure you don't do express overnight shipping.
You express overnight and I'm canceling your friggin' order.
That's it. Yeah, buddy. That's
I'll
why I
throw it
like
up there for, I don't know.
that's why I like the local coin shops. No shipping.
Yeah. You don't have to
Should
No
I
wait
tax.
for it.
should I
Yeah,
whip
Cartier,
out
you're right. He had a meeting at noon. So yeah, he should be right there about right now. So you're right.
should I whip out my acquisitions from yesterday or just do it in a video?
Whoa, quit whipping shit out. Up to you.
Yeah, maybe I'll just do it. Nobody's gonna see it. We're only, well, how many deep are we today?
We got 12 people.
All
10
right, so
people, because you and I
12
counted
people are gonna
once.
see it, and then the other 20 people that watch my video to bring it to a total of 32. We'll see it later. I'll go get it. And that's no bullshitting.
Yeah, I know. Me neither.
I like the show and tells.
Show and tells are always fun. I'm not trying to flaunt, but it's always fun because just like you said, Silver Sleuth, you're not
All right, I'm back.
like you said, you don't really talk to too many people about stacking and everything. Whoa, Pure Metals was listening in on us. Uh-oh, he caught us talking shit. He said he fixed that for you, Blue Collar. I'm a minute behind. He says he's gonna fix mine too. Thank you, Pure. Thank you, Nash.
Thank you, Nash. Appreciate
It's
you,
only
brother.
0.75%, so I wasn't really sweating it.
All right, there it is. There's the take from yesterday. Minus one piece. What the hell?
Old Sniping Farmer, really? You wanna brag on that? He says my last preview auction video was a short and has over 1,000 views. Yeah, we're not big timers. We're little shits.
I mean, my shorts do okay, but my video is like a couple hundred views. That's about it. But slow and steady wins the race, so I'm all right with it.
Auction preview in front of something, of course people are gonna tune in.
Yeah. All right,
Well,
here it
his
is.
other one only did 620, 260. Do you do good with your auctions, Gold Sniping Farmer? I know you. I think you have. I can't remember if I have. I don't tend to watch them too much. I don't know. I don't. Those auctions are dangerous. Whatnot's bad enough. Me watching Whatnot's bad enough.
Yeah. That dude last night was entertaining as hell, and there was some pretty good prices. Did you see him buck and go? He buck and goed a 95.0 Morgan.
Oh,
It's like $1,000 coin in the shape that it was in, and he buck and goed it. He only got like $600 for it. Guy's got straight balls, man. I'll tell you that.
he probably made money.
Oh, I'm sure he did. He probably picked it up cheap, but that's not even the point. It's like, dude, it's worth $1,000. Why would you buck and go that thing at 3:40 in the morning?
Well, he had like 60 people in there, right?
He did, but that doesn't mean any. Well, obviously, he only got 600 for it.
What did he pay for it? 3?
I'm not privy to
5?
that. He wasn't a happy camper with the 600. He was not happy about that.
Well,
Or
I
at
don't
least
know.
he acted like he wasn't happy.
Everybody acts like they're not happy on there, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, Gold Sniping Farmer, he says he does fine, but anyone that knows me knows I'm not in it to make a killing. Yeah, and that's like I'm dabbling on Whatnot and listing some stuff on Pure Metals. And there's with precious metals, you're not gonna make a killing.
No
I
way.
don't believe so.
Nope, not going to make a killing.
A coin shop doesn't make a killing. The only places I think there's people on Whatnot that make a killing that run game shows and I'll tell you what, then the NB coins, they're on there 24 hours. I think they run like a 24, they have somebody doing it like all the time.
Yeah, it's
The
just
Zoo does
it's a
too.
volume game. Yeah. You got to run volume. That's the only way to make money.
Probate attorneys, they're the winners.
Yeah. All right, so I got a Royal Australian Mint, Year of the Tiger. It's Year of the Tiger, mate.
You're a tiger.
You're the tiger.
Yeah, when I learned that the 1895s were so expensive,
Yeah.
my dream of owning one disintegrated because that was the year my dad's dad was born. So I thought it would. Once I met you guys, I was trying to figure out something to collect.
Well, I'll
Oh,
be
collect.
honest. If I knew that thing was worth $1,000, I would have paid 600 for it last night. But I didn't know for sure because you can't really tell if that thing is, been beastly cleaned, or it could be a shitty coin and you can't tell from holding it up to a camera.
Was it not graded?
It was not graded. It was raw. That's what I'm saying. But even so, I mean, you look at Gray Sheet. Gray Sheet was probably had it at around 1,200. He said 1,100, but I don't know. All right, so we have a 2024 year of the snake, mate. I can't do Australian.
Booty Girl says, how much for the dragon?
Oh, Booty Girl wants the dragon. I thought you were going to want the rabbit. Year of the Rabbit goes right with your. Don't you have a Year of the Rabbit gold, Booty Girl?
Booty Girl, he has a year of the tiger.
Yes, she knows that. She knows.
They said they don't want those. I don't know.
That's a year of the snake. Snake, mate. These things are beauteous.
Are you gonna put those on pure metals, or are you gonna try and flip those on whatnot?
No, the silver I'll put on pure metals. This one is a 1/2 ounce Targa. 1/2 ounce gold Targa, mate.
You gotta put your hand behind there or something. Your camera does not focus for shit.
All right, blow me.
I don't know what's.
There we go.
There. Oh, hold out your left foot.
Year of the Targa, mate. 1/2 ounce. This is a 1/2 ounce. And then we got the full ounce. We got 2 of the full ounce. This was yesterday's pickups.
That is a stunning piece.
It is. You got 2 of these bad boys.
Not for the
So
premium.
yesterday I walked out with 2.5 ounces of gold. And there is a missing one. I had 5 ounces of silver, but these are all like premium Royal Australian pieces. So yeah, we spent a few bucks yesterday.
So Booty Girl, you have to go on his pure metals. He'll have the dragon on there if you want to. Right?
Oh no, I would do that separate for her. I wouldn't. It wouldn't be. You wouldn't have to pay fees and stuff. You could just sell me or whatever. That's fine. But I got to come up with a price. I don't know. Like, look, I'll turn it over and show you what the coin shop wants for it. $55. It would be less than that though. Coin shop wanted that for it. I didn't pay that for it.
Of course, they hold a premium. Everybody knows that.
Yeah, big premium on those. The Royal Australian Mint year of the are way more, I think, desirable than the Perth Mint. In that case, they're much more beautiful coin. I love the back where it has all the zodiac symbols on there, or whatever they call them.
It is way better, yeah.
It's a way better design, way better, because you got a small Charlie head, and then you got all the years around it. I'm gonna
Charlie head.
Charlie. Hey, Charlie. What was that from? That was they cut off my thumb, Charlie. What was that from?
I don't know that one.
You don't know that movie? It was the Pope of Greenwich Village. Charlie,
I don't know that
they
one.
cut off my thumbs, Charlie. You don't remember that? That was Eric
Roberts.
Eric Roberts, and who was Charlie? Charlie was Mickey Rourke, wasn't he?
Yep. Yes.
Yeah, that was a great movie. Charlie, they cut off my thumb, Charlie. Look, Charlie. That was good movie. Yeah, so that was the take from yesterday, plus a Year of the Rat. And the Year of the Rat I bought specifically for my wife because I had one of those already. And she wanted it, and she wasn't getting it. So I had to buy her one.
It's a great haul, and I hope it turns out for you.
I hope so. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I mean, I haven't bought any gold in a while.
You're already up on it no matter what anyway.
Worst case scenario, you get a bunch of gold.
Well, yeah, that's worst case scenario. Yeah, worst case scenario.
And
I get 2.5 ounces of gold out of it.
I don't know the difference between the Royal Australian and the Perth, but they both put out some pretty nice products.
Yeah. Well, the
Even the old
goldies
stuff.
are Perth. The goldies are Perth mint, and the silvers are all Royal Australian. But I just like the design better on the Royal Australian mint. That's just
That is a cool design.
yeah.
My
How
brother
come
says he
koalas
buys
are not
whenever he
popular?
can and whatever catches his eye. He says he usually doesn't buy what he went to the LCS for because something else catches his eye.
That's a common problem. I got the same problem. I go there. It's like I go there not knowing what I want until I look in the case and see it. And here's a perfect example, right? What I need this like I need a third nut, but this thing jumped up out of the case and into my freaking hand.
Hey, you never know. Sometimes that third nut might come in handy.
That's true.
Is that a grammer?
This is
Or I
20
mean,
grams. 20 grams.
20 grams?
Yeah, look how big it is compared to my hand, dude.
What is this one that I have?
20
I have a
gram
question
diameter.
for you guys.
Yeah.
How come I don't see koalas? I mean, I'm not just you personally, but in general, there's not a whole lot of koala like
maybe
compared
they're
to
lower mintage. I don't know. Koalas, I see them all the time. I usually pass on them though. My
yeah, they
wife,
don't seem to be very popular.
my wife
I've
loves the koalas.
I've seen them, but yeah, they're not popular. It's not like I don't know. People like the damn kookaburra. They don't like the koala. I don't know. Kookaburras are. I don't know.
Yeah, the koalas are cute. I've got a bunch. They're 2000 year 2000 kind. They're cute.
You see more
Somewhere
pandas than you do
there is some
koalas.
kookaburras and emus
Yeah,
and
I like the
swans.
pandas.
I like the
My
swans.
panda's loyal too.
The only bad thing about the pandas are they're Chinese.
Yeah,
I
Nothing
used to
against
care
the
about that. I
Chinese.
don't care about that anymore.
that
You don't
wasn't a
care about
huge
the
problem
Chinese?
in 2000.
How about this? An emu. You want an emu?
I've never seen any.
Pandas are overpriced. Pandas fetch a premium too.
They do, yeah.
I don't know why. Why is that?
They're just nice looking coins, man. I never really liked them, but I've taken a liking to them now.
They're nice. They're exotic.
You know who makes some nice stuff is the South Koreans. They make
Yeah, they make some crazy stuff.
yeah, they make all these really cool tiger coins, right? I picked up a bunch of them about a week or so ago. That's what it looks like. That's one of them. If you could tell, it's a tiger.
They make like some shields and all sorts of cool shit.
Yeah, they get these. They're big on the tigers. I like the tigers. Proof tiger. Look at that thing. Pretty
It is
sick.
nice.
And then I picked up a bunch of pandas. This focus sucks, but look at that panda.
As long as you get the 1 ounce pandas, you're all right, right?
Well,
We got to
this
watch out
was
because there's other years that are like 28, 29, 30 grams or whatever the hell they
30
are.
grams. It's 2016 and above is 30 grams. Like here's a 2016 and it's 30 grammer. But 2015 and below a full ounce. But this one I got lucky because it was just in a group, right? It's a 2003. I looked it up and it's a triple digit coin. But it just came as a group of what you see in front of you here.
Ain't
For
nothing
like
wrong with that.
50 cents over spot. So, and
I
spot
like
was
the pandas.
33.50 at the time. So, anyway, that's that. All right, I'm done showing this shit. This is
Quit
all
showing it.
this is all stuff that I bought to sell, but now I don't know if I want to sell it, man. That's the thing. It's like I might want to just take 2 tubes of Eagles and sell those instead,
I mean, hey, whatever.
and keep this more complicated shit to myself. But I don't know. We'll see. Fits nicely in these tubes, though.
Your wife will make you sell it. Your wife will sell it behind your back.
Nah, you know what? She supported me in keeping of the vintage, and she's like, I don't care as long as you if you took 20 ounces, put 20 ounces back. And I was like, whatever. Here's 20 ounces.
Hey, that's fair.
No, it is fair. And
That's fair.
she's really well. Look, man, I got to be honest. When I bought this gold, she was none too happy about it.
Yeah, I don't imagine. I mean, that's a big investment, but you got a purpose for it, so it's all right.
Now, when I got home, and I gave her the rat, that changed her attitude, man. It just turned her right around. She was like, "Oh, the rat! I've been waiting for that."
You call it what you want.
The rat saved the day. I can tell you that.
Cold Sniper Farmer says, it looks like you need the Kraken Copper by Anonymous, the Michigan Sequential 150th, and the Alien 5-ounce with glow-in-the-dark eyes I have for sale in the upcoming auction. Oh, all
No,
right.
I got boxes of Krakens. Trust me, dude. Boxes of them.
There's not much that, if he's talking to you, blue collar, I think he's talking the wrong one.
Yeah. What did I figure out the other day? I got like between 3,000 and 4,000 ounces of copper.
Yeah, and it's good selection too. I still haven't got what I ordered, and they won't answer my email. I think I got ripped off.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I got enough copper to last us through the next nuclear winter.
He's plumbing a house.
Oh no, yeah, this could wire up about 10 houses, I'm thinking.
All right, who has more copper, you or T-Bird?
T-Bird has a lot of copper, but I wouldn't know, man. But I'm telling you, somewhere in between 3,000 to 4,000 ounces. I haven't inventoried it yet, but I got about 500 ounces of these bad boys. I don't know, man. I'm crazy.
You got it all for a purpose, though. It's not like
No, yeah, I bought it to sell it.
you're not stacking it, and
No, it's all for sale. Every piece of copper, and even the gold, it's for sale. Bought it to sell it. It's inventory.
right.
Now that doesn't prevent me from like saying I'm gonna I'll go into this pile and I'll be like, all right, I'm a year of the snake, right? So yeah, I'm gonna keep the snake. Snake is mine now, and the rest of these three I'll sell.
Yeah.
You know.
Good afternoon, MSJ. He said he's listening while he's driving.
MSJ, thanks for the comment.
MSJ has some I think he has some South Korean pieces on Pure Metals actually that's for sale.
Oh, no kidding. I gotta look. I gotta go in there and check it out.
Let me see. I have it pulled up on my I had it pulled up on another screen.
Yeah, everybody check out MSJ's auctions on Pure Metals, and they do a live stream. When is their live stream? Is it Sundays? Is it?
He does Wednesday with Silver and Gold Stack Attack.
Right, and Sundays with Tuli.
And Sunday night with Tuli.
Yes.
I think they do like a quiz game show type thing on Wednesdays now, I think.
Oh, really?
I've been busy on. I used to go in there, but Wednesdays I've been busy and life happens. Yeah, he has the 2-ounce South Korea 2-ounce silver Katsuni mask stackable. It's actually, they are interesting. Let me see. Share screen. Present. Share screen.
You gotta fluff me down.
This one. Yeah, we're gonna switch you here.
There you go.
There you go. The things are pretty. They're stackable too.
Oh yeah, look at that.
And they hold a weird. They hold a crazy premium. And that's not a bad price. $95. I know they hold a crazy premium for that type of stuff.
Oh yeah.
And then they have this shield.
I love the shape of it.
It's a pawn stacker, I guess. So it's like a pawn piece. $54 for a 1-ounce. Yeah, for some reason the South Korean stuff, I don't know. Maybe it's because it's South Korean, but it holds a premium. Oh, he's got some pandas on there. There you go. Some graded MS69, MS70 pandas.
Yeah.
$45 for MS60, MS79, MS69 and MS70. That's not a bad price.
No, not at all. I was actually looking at some of his auctions the other day. I like the pandas.
Who was it? Somebody just got the Pac-Man piece from him. Shit, I forgot. I just watched the video and I forgot already. Anyway, that's his little Pure Metals journey. There's some. I might. Oh, I don't know. I think that one guy still has those Eagles under or right at freaking spot.
Yeah. Yeah, he probably paid $25 for him, so he doesn't care. He's trying to move them.
I don't think he's adjusting. I don't think he's paying attention and adjusting his prices.
Yeah.
There's a hexagon dragon on here.
Any snowflakes?
There's probably a couple snowflakes on here. I don't know about the silver, but there might be some. Jackass.
Ooh.
You can tell I'm starting to get tired. My mouth is starting to run. My mouth's getting me in trouble. There's some anniversary Perth rounds on here that look pretty cool.
Oh yeah, which ones? The ones you got, or
they look just like this.
oh, they're yours. There might be a few of these on there too.
Yeah,
Buying
I
to
need
sell.
I need to put mine on. Yeah, I did. That's my my journey right now is buying stuff to sell stuff.
And you
I
know
think
what?
it's a good idea if you buy stuff that it doesn't hurt if you love it, because you might end up keeping it forever. You never know. That was my attitude when I sold antiques.
That's exactly it. If it doesn't sell, then it's staying in my stack. Either way, I'm good with it.
That was my attitude when I bought these graded silver dollars, right? The commemorative dollars. So I bought these at a good price, and I said, you know what? Worst case scenario, I'll just put them in a slab box and keep them forever because they're nice pieces.
Yeah.
And I have sold probably half of them that I bought, maybe even a little bit more than half. Sold one last night, actually. You know what? Oh, dude, did you see what I was doing last night? I did a trust the host auction.
No, I missed that because I was
You
getting
missed
ready
it,
for
yeah.
work.
So basically, what I said is, okay, you just bidding. You're gonna trust the host. I'll decide what you're gonna get after we get to a final price. So trust the host. Let's see what we can do. First one went for $61. The next one went for $75, and then the third one only went for $39. But I was juicing the fuck out of these guys. I was giving them some good stuff.
They trust you.
Oh no, they got rewarded, man. They definitely got more than they would have got buying it directly.
So did you show them what they got, or you just throw it in a bag and let them figure it
I
out?
was like the 75 guy. I gave him a 5, a 2, and a 1, and I think a 10th ounce silver, a 5, a 2, and a 1. No, a 5, a 2, and a 1, and something else. I don't remember. It was a silver, maybe a half ounce. I don't even know.
Oh, goldbacks?
Yeah, goldbacks. Yeah.
And you can figure pretty much.
Everybody left happy.
That's good. That trust the host stuff. That's a risky. I've seen other channels do it, and I'm just like, yeah, I don't trust you.
Well, I'll tell you what. I fell victim to it once. The guy had to go to the bathroom, so he's like, all right, trust the host, bid it up, and when I get back, I'll fill out your order. I won the thing at $350. And I think if I really added it up, I got about maybe 320 worth of product. I don't think he to me, if you do trust the host and you bid 350, you should be walking away with 380 to 400 worth of shit.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta eat some of your profits, and you gotta hook them up to keep them in there.
Right. That's the way I think it should be. You're trusting the host. If I trust the host, I don't want to walk away with less than what I could have bought it at auction for.
Yeah.
That's just me.
Well, that's the difference
Brent,
between looking at a snapshot of something versus looking at the big picture.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bullion Brett says he's waiting to hit 100 ounces in regular coins and rounds and bars before venturing into those kind of silver pieces. That's a good thing.
It is.
I ventured into kookaburras and shit pretty quick, and I wish I wouldn't have. But it is what it is. It's cool. Got to mix it up. You will go through. I've gone through phases, and I 49s has actually gone through phases too. I don't know if anybody else. I'm not familiar with other people, but I've gone through phases where you buy this or you buy that, and you get bored with this and you switch to that and this and that. So it happens.
Yeah.
Cartier says he got sucked into premium coins way too early. Yeah.
Well, when I started out with pretty much generics and sovereign coins, right? Britannias, Maple Leafs, Eagles, Buffaloes, things like that. Then I moved into buying bars, and then I met LBS, and so I started doing vintage shit. And now I'm basically buying everything I buy is collector stuff, but I won't pay over, $1 over spot for it. Maybe I wait till it gets into the bargain bin, and that's where I pull it out of there.
I might start getting rid of my vintage bars. I don't know.
When they're done waiting for it, they're done waiting to sell it, and they want to just dump it. The day before it goes through the refinery, I go in there and I start shopping.
I'm sort of over the vintage bar phase up too now. I don't know.
No, not me. I'm still in it.
I might have to take these and trade these to my brother. He's still into vintage bars.
Yeah. I mean, if you can get vintage for cheap, there's no reason not to buy it. It's just cool to look at. It's fun.
Yeah, if you can get it cheap, but I agree.
I'm an Eagle guy. I'm not ashamed.
No, that's
Maples?
fine.
Eagle. I have some Maples. But
right now is a great time to be into Eagles because you can get them pretty cheap.
Yeah, you really can.
You can buy the off-quality ones $1 over spot.
Well, that one right now, he's got on Pure Metals, tube of Eagles for $726. So that's like right at spot.
Yeah. No, that's a great deal.
BU random year Eagles for $726, and then of course you pay the shipping
and the credit card fees
and the processing fees. Yeah.
Which is kind of
and
bad.
he's got
I don't know if everybody knows that, but I guess it is what it is. It's somebody's going to pay it. Either the customer is going to pay it or the seller is going to pay it.
Yeah. So right now it would cost you payment processing fees. It doesn't have the shipping up there for some reason. So it'd be about $754, I think, roughly.
So what is that, like 37?
37.70.
Yeah, 37.70.
So you're paying $1.40 over for BU, supposedly BU. Random year, not bad.
That's not bad at all. Not bad at all.
Or he has so you can get singles for $36.40 plus all the rest of the fees and shipping and everything.
Yeah.
Or you can get a monster box. Monster box.
SD Williams giving away a monster
box. You can get a monster box for $18,100.
Oh my Lord.
That's fair.
Is it?
18,100 divided by 500. That's $36.20 an ounce. But then the fees on that are going to be crazy. I was looking at it the other day. I forgot what it was.
I don't want to tell you what I paid for my monster boxes.
Probably $6,000.
No. Yeah, for 2.
Oh God, really?
Wow. Nice.
I think it maybe somewhere between 3 and 3,500 each.
So it was around.
That was a lot back then.
$6.50 an ounce.
Nice.
But I was just trying to accumulate.
Yeah, but
quickly.
Dude, can you imagine like guys like us if we had a time machine and we could go back and buy silver when it was like $4?
Shit.
That's
I think people are earning more money in 2025 or 4 or whatever it is than I was back in 1980, 98 or whatever it was.
I don't know. I had some good years back then.
I did too.
Somebody was trying to sell a 5-ounce rooster, 2017 Australian lunar rooster. They ran an auction. They got up to 150, and the auction ended, and the reserve wasn't met. They were looking for 225. That's pricey. 40, 50. What? Well, it's been over 2 hours. My dog is whining, and my eyelids are closing.
Good timing.
I thought that was you
I'm sorry I
whining.
stayed on here so long. Thanks for having me.
Hey, no worries. Oh shit!
Thanks for jumping in with us, Sleuth. We really appreciate you, brother.
It's 6:28. In 9 minutes, my dog's gonna be grumbling for food.
There you go.
Oh shit! I closed. I can't find my stream. Wrong button.
What'd you do? You shut the stream down?
I hope not. I might have.
It's still on.
It was
Is it
neat.
still
Thanks
on?
for having me. You got a great audience.
Yeah, the
We do
audience
have a
is
great
very
audience.
well. We're there every week. Thank you to our loyal audience. We really appreciate it.
I'm hoping we're still live. We're still live, right?
We are live, yes.
Did I fall out of the stream there for a second?
I don't think so.
I think it's good for people to watch and interact with videos that aren't, checking the spot price every 3 minutes. I don't have an app. I don't have an app where
Are you still with us,
check the price.
Yeah, sort of. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. Can you hear me now?
Yeah. I screwed something up.
All right. Well, why don't we just call it, and we'll work on getting that perfected for Monday night.
Yeah, I closed the wrong thing. That's all.
That's if our internet works.
All right. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Greatly appreciate it.
What does that sound?
Hold on. My computer.
Oh,
That
okay.
or
No, it sounds like water running in the background.
Yeah, that's me. It's raining again. It's been raining since October.
I got you.
So
all right. Well, listen, I'm gonna duck out. I got to get some sleep. And thanks everybody. Appreciate you coming and sharing Saturday morning with us. We will catch you on Monday night at 10. Are we doing 10 p.m. Vegas, or are we doing 9?
We'll do 9.
All right, so 9 p.m. on Monday night. We're changing it, switching it up a little bit. So we'll see you guys at 9 p.m. We'll put a video and a post out, remind everybody. But 9 p.m. Eastern time, Monday night.
Thank you, everybody.
Thanks, everybody.
Thank you, Silver Sleuth.
All right.
And thank you, Humble Stacker, for coming in earlier. Appreciate you, too. Thank you very much. I'm out.
Appreciate everybody.
Take care,
and
guys.
enjoy the weekend, and we'll see you on Monday.
Bye-bye.